160 seconds. So we are good to go live and to watch the games whenever you find folks are as well. So once we get our teams in, we can go live and yell at some video games. Ooh.
We're just missing Proto right now, it looks like.
Yeah, I think Proto just asked to join. I just saw that. I think someone
declined his
I think someone declined his request. Yeah, yep, I think that's what happened. Again. Okay. We gotta
Okay.
Alright, here. I'm gonna leave the wait, did it happen again?
It did happen again.
Are you kidding me? I hit the check mark.
I think you should just invite Proto.
I'm gonna do
Yeah. that feel like there we go. There's Proto. Uh-oh. Someone made Proto the owner.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Proto.
Now we're fucked. No, I'm just
Why-
kidding.
Wait.
Proto's about to detonate the lobby with his
Yep.
B-bomb.
Wait, why can't
You
I
can
send
bound.
messages in chat? Hey. What? Why is chat broken?
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay, hold on. I'm gonna literally go join their VC really quick and tell Proto to give party or
Yeah, Zik is saying something. There we go. It's to you, Kaya. They give it to you.
Oh, she left.
Yeah, it's okay. So we start off with a new one, a new twist to the breach here, Zik. So you missed the conversation we had on the storm shifts we have, and
Okay.
Jeng had a good point on this one. We are going to start off with a storm shift we have not seen in ages. We will be starting off with nothing to tree here, because
Oh, let's
You
go.
have
if you
party
think about it, it is
again.
pretty much like having normal weather. So
I got it,
why
thank you,
not
Kyle.
have something a little bit extra space in there?
I like it. Are these options good? Everything's good here?
Randomized,
Nothing to tree here.
I believe
Oh yeah,
so.
all the options are set.
Set?
Resurgence
Thank
is
you.
off, anonymized colors is on, random colors is on. Yes, everything should be good.
Love it. All
I'll
right.
post the storm shifts for you in live production chat, so you can
Perfect.
just look there to know which one you need to look at next.
Thank you, Kaya. You're a legend. All right. Are you ready to do our ready checks here? And thank you, Kaya. You go rest up. Rest up for a very impacted day tomorrow that we all have. Not R. Oh, no, TLD. Oh, I see. Games have to put on the delay. Tell them it needs to be a 3-minute delay minimum. I'd say 5-minute, actually. Yeah. Yo, Decron with the resub. Thank you so much, Decron. I appreciate it.
Ekron, isn't that who's been playing with Logic on DLV?
Yes. And
Let's go.
Decron is going to be playing today, but I believe
Oh,
their
hell yeah.
team is in the second lobby. When we spun the wheel
Gotcha.
yesterday, they got a little bit unlucky on that one. It was we spun the wheel to find out which teams would be in lobby A, which ones would be in B. Unfortunately, there had to be some losers who got unlucky with the wheel, and that was one of those teams that did not.
Wait,
get
are
us,
you live right now? Why can't I
I
find
am.
your stream?
I should be live. Is it?
Oh, did it start on delay maybe?
It was on
Is that why
delay,
It's
yes.
not on the browse list.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
it'll
yeah.
probably pop up in a second here.
Yeah, it should be. The delay should be over now. So you should try again now, see.
Okay.
I want to double check to make sure it's working. Okay, Twitch. Sure, I am live. Yep, we are live. Good. Good. Did you get the player slash team notes thing I sent you?
To me?
Yeah.
I haven't looked, but where did you send it?
Oh, I DM'd it to you last night. So a lot of teams have filled out like player notes stuff. So we have a lot of awesome notes that I was even using for like EU. So it gave us some really fun stuff to talk about.
Oh, sweet. I see it. Okay, I'll pull it up here.
Like for this first lobby, as just for everyone out there, in case you didn't hear, we are playing 2 lobbies today. So we have lobby A. Top 6 teams will qualify for finals tomorrow, while the bottom 6 will have one more chance in another lobby, but they'll be joined in by 6 new teams, and then the top 6 from that lobby will move on to tomorrow. 4 games each lobby. You're gonna have quite some fun stuff today to be able to seed everything into our Turbo Cup tomorrow, Saturday night Supervive. I'm joined alongside Zick. It is always good having you on the mic with me to cast some games. I hope you're just as excited as I am for one of our biggest tournaments we've had ever in Supervive history.
Let's go, baby. I'm super excited. I am not only going to be casting with the GOAT Magical here, I'm also going to be driving in spectator and running the lobby, so I might be a little quiet in between games to make sure we are going to be going successfully here, but I'm super stoked to be here, my friend. Cannot wait for tomorrow, and this is the hype that leads into that. Let's go.
And so we'll see. We'll have some very fun storm shifts for today. Starting off, it will be nothing to tree here. And as I was telling Zick, and for those that have been listening in, the reason why is because if you think about it, it is very similar to normal weather. It just has the addition of tree suit for everybody, which who doesn't like a good tree play? We haven't seen those in quite some time. After that, looking at our next storm shifts that we'll have, give me a second, I'll go through the whole list so everyone can see. So after, oh, I got another sub in there. Let's go. We got 2 gifted subs actually. Jemmy gifting 2 subs, 1 to Selfie, 1 to Miss Kate. Thank you so much for doubling up on the gifted subs as well. Helping out the channel, helping us bring these qualifiers to your screen so you can watch these. And we can have awesome replays for tomorrow for the big show that we'll have on Theorycraft Games Twitch channel. So make sure you stay tuned on those channels. Let's see, where did Kaya post the thingies? Really quick. Oopsie. We can type. Go. Thought we'd get that. Okay. So, as Zick said, he's going to be piloting us through these games. But we have some really fun teams to start us off here. I'm going to go through our 12. That will start off Lobby A. So we have our current reigning champions. BAP, Season 1 victors, winning 5 camp, taking the gold away from our next team, The Last Door, TLD. We have Last Chance, LC, also up there. They finished 4th place. We don't have 10 this week. There's some issues with them. They have kind of splintered into a couple different teams, so it should be a lot of fun. As we are actually going to get into the game, so I can't go through the full list right now, but we will be able to talk about that.
You got 30 seconds of Hunter Select here, bro. I wanted to get us in while we had everything rolling.
Okay. It's just more I lost the list.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
so
we'll see it in the lobby screen here in a second, guys. My bad.
Going backwards, we can now talk about the storm shift. Kaya coming in clutch, posting those for us. So we will start with Group A, nothing to tree here for Game 1. Then, of course, not gonna be a magical stream or a magical cast without Bullet Train for our second one after that. Then we end up with Final Destination for the 3rd, rounding out our first selection of Storm Shift's bombing run for our Lobby A. Then when we go to Lobby B, we'll start it off with Unstable Portals, back to Bullet Train for the 6th game for us, but it will be the second game for Group B. Final Destination, and we'll end with Cross Country Storm. A lot of fun, a lot of chaos that we'll have here on the Breach. But, Zick, we are loading up We're getting ready for our first game and see how the teams are looking. It's a very exciting day one here. Starting off the Turbo Cup or qualifiers. Nothing to tree here.
All of BAP coming in with kill points on the board already. like somehow farming before the tournament even starts.
Hey, well,
Always ready to play.
It's from last time. It's from Vive Camp. They've carried that over.
True. You'll love to see it. We got, oh yeah, I'm also spectating. So we got, I was like, why are we moving? It's because it's me. Triple drop here. Gold armor Dawn Caps, objectives kind of scattered across the map, but 3 down hot.
BAP, LC, BDE, all dropping hot. Gold picked up by Spade. Misfits grabbing one as well, but behind enemy lines, far away from the other players of LC. BDE are moving up north, but right now, base camp control over to BAP. A nice gold key pick of double golds for half and game over, but immediately losing that off the gates and having to hop onto the perch to try to get away from the battle. Game over. Will Pod race their way out of that one, but BDE, even if they grabbed golds, they're now having to get away with this high. Elsewhere, TLD in combat, right in Ion Acres. Cow to the north, Squall to the south. Selfie going to be attacked, taken down quickly by TLD. Phenom is playing Nyx here in game one. I did not expect any players to be playing Nyx right out of the gates.
We got Ralph on Nyx as well. Wait, who is Ralph? That's someone we know.
RTK.
Thank you. I was like, these guys just changing their names is...
That is something we'll be just letting players all know that as a little PSA right now that starting in November, we're going to be...
Your friendly tournament organizer.
We're going to be a little bit harsher on making sure people have their names consistent so that it's easier for broadcast. But we're not going to be easy on the broadcast today because teams are constantly fighting. A big shift from what we saw over in EU, where here, this is where we were all wondering how things were going to be for Season 2 because of the change to Day 1, Night 1 cycles, making it so that Circle is a lot more chaotic. You gotta push teams together, and you have to fight over the farm a lot more. EU found ways to play more macro game, to play for the later stages with very rarely a team getting knocked out on Day 1, let alone even having any fighting that happened until Day 2. But here in NA, teams scrapping for every single scrap of farm they can. Already, LC getting tagged in the back line, but Misfits, the one to lead the charge. Vortex Charm onto Lods, will be taken down. TLD losing their support already.
Dude, this LC team like really excites me. Like watching these guys come together and scale over Vive Camp and now sticking together for potentially future tournaments. It's like very, very exciting. I just like really like all 3 of these players. Like I know them all. I've talked to all of them in voice, and they're all just super chill. So I imagine, ooh, nice sniper from Jetski finds a slam.
Base seal chains connected, but matches has gone backwards. HYD Hydra. I found out what all these names stand for now. Last Chance. I'll put that. I'll talk about them as well because they get a nice kill
Last Chance
on
is a good name.
to matches there. And what I like about them, actually I won't be able to talk about it because we still have so much chaos happening on the breach with Pensado far away from the rest of the team getting caught out. Now BAP continuing their aggression, continuing their victory tour after their victories of Season 1, getting good early leads. SVA down to only Bell.
Yeah, HYD in a similar situation, Just City here. This is the continuation of our People's Champions. Am I correct here?
Yes, I love like City will always hold the title of the People's Champions here, just because I think that it was a fun thing to see City come in as well. I got to talk with Pensado the other day, and it's really exciting to see. He's really excited with playing with City, and even though they are playing with a sub here, having matches join with the team, this is a team that's been working a lot on how they want to play their own style, because City... he got hit a little bit hard when we had the Zeph ban in Vive Camp, but we also see that Pensado got hurt pretty hard because he's been playing a lot of Tetra. They couldn't play that with depth speed because you had the Kingpin style. As we do see, unfortunately, City is going to be eliminated off screen. So first team eliminated here. Game 1. Sad, though. Going to join them. Cow absolutely destroy them.
Back to back, bro. What the heck?
hunted down by BAP, who continue to rack up the kills.
Dude, you mentioned the like EU kind of pacing. Like there was a lot of games where I was looking like you know, night 3 coming into day 4. There's like 11 squads left. Like so, you know, kind of precision with their like macro and positioning, but like here we are just duking it out and I love it. Like NA is warmed up, baby. These guys have been playing scrimming hard for the last couple months and coming right off of Vive Camp. I feel like NA is just like ready to blast.
Exactly. EU, this is their first big tournament they've had in a long time to play in Saturday Night Supervive. But for NA, they have been prepping for this moment all through Season 1 with Vive Camp, through the beta before. Here into Season 2, it is the qualifiers, and they don't want to just qualify. They want to prove their domination of the region. BAP being one of those teams. You can see right there how they chase off QA from this abyssal hatchling, saying, nah, this is ours. You are not allowed to take any of these perks. We will claim every last one of them. And then huge shout-outs to Jemmy with another bunch of gifted subs. I think that's what,
let's go.
10 gifted subs from Jemmy. Absolutely
Legend.
amazing.
Love the Supervive support. Thank you so much. Helping us run these tournaments. Proto in with the Tonk finds the wall. Big stun trying to follow up on Jen here. They are going to be forced off. Nice grab and answer.
Yes, B.
Ooh, Micah, that air blast, bro.
Gotta be careful. Pan hunting this down. Ponyboy, broken armor, chased down, but has been able to find their way out of here. Jang, another one of those players that I feel like got hit pretty hard with some of the bans that we saw from Vive Camp, not being able to play their myth here. Now unleashed onto their hunter. This is what Jang has made a name for throughout so much of their time throughout Supervive.
100%. And here we go. The tree in play. He geysers up, disguises the perfect tree.
What do you mean? There's nothing to tree here. I don't tree anything. What he does? Oh no! Wow! Getting the right tree. He plays that one well, but Jang still has death speed to stand in front of him, be that tank, so that Myth can get some damage. Ponyboy as well, trying to help heal up, but is going to be rooted. Has to try to dash away down towards the ledge, but it's going to be that Tonk with the B-bomb, smashing the face of Ponyboy. And now BAP, having heard the call to action, they jump onto Jang, but Jang has been able to go through the phase walk into the rock. Air blast trying to keep BAP away, but he's surrounded. He's got some damage on a pine, but now the hordes are there. Even though you phase walk through the rock, can you get away? Snapping back to reality, and it is BAP finding another kill.
Up on a tear here. They were waiting for Jang to return on the other side of that rock. Had a member loop around the other side. Fighting continues though. Jan wiped after we saw them on the retreat. No. BAP is just instantly back up here, Magical. Duking it out with BDE.
Look at this. They already have racked up 9 kills in this game.
Yeah, what the heck?
They are not just off the races. They are looking to show why they won Vive Camp. We see the kill feed continues to populate. TLD in the fight now. Half taking down BDE, trying to resurrect the fallen brethren, while RTK takes out Wubby Bay. QA cannot escape, as it is going to be more kills racked up by other teams all across the breach.
It's a crazy amount of violence here. A lot of it being followed up on by BAP. So good at playing through objectives and finding those opportune moments. And very often when once they're looking for a third party, they're already ahead on tempo. Like BAP basically plays through objectives and then they look to fight. If anyone contests them on those objectives, they're happy to fight. They usually win. And this is their strategy. They drop hot, they go golds, they run through objectives. Any third parties they can find on the way, they take them. And it results in them just very clearly starting to establish themselves as the trio squad for North America.
No one seems to be able to keep up with BAP, and it's been a long time coming, hasn't it, Zig? BAP, mechanical gods of Supervive. We've talked about this so many times, but it's always been that they couldn't clutch up in these tournaments. But lately, they have figured out the magic sauce. They have been clutching up every single tournament we've seen, from Vive Camp mini event to the finals of Vive Camp. Now, starting off qualifiers, hot and ready, but it's going to be the Legend who has to try to get out of a battle against LC, but he's got a broken tower right behind him, and another team to join the bench of game 1.
Yeah, really tough spot there for the Legend. He's basically hiding in bush. Jet ski checks it kind of randomly, but at this level, like the players should be checking their bushes in that kind of situation. Gets spotted out, has the level disadvantage with just one player left, not going to be able to make it out. Game over for the side of BD, looking to do a similar thing here, running out of fuel on the Sky Shark as he pod races over to the left. Has a little bit of space to work with here, Magical, but a lot of squads going to be moving in from the circle edge here.
Looking at how our teams are in control right now, BAP have been running rampant in Wellsprings for some time after starting off with the hot drop way up north in Doncaps. They moved down south, established control of Wellspring, and now as the circle continues to take us here, we look at our other teams that are nearby. One of them, TLD, playing a different style. Lod's not on to Brawl. Instead, it's Lemur this time around with Phenom on to Nyx. One of a few teams that actually play the new Hunter. We saw it in EU only twice, and that was after teams had already secured themselves placement, knowing confidently they were going to move on to the finals.
I think she, you know, based on the little bit I've seen, she definitely has some viability, especially like in the arms of someone like Phenom, who is very comfortable at playing that same kind of style of like bruiser engage with something like the Felix we think about, like that being kind of one of his staple hunters. I think, you know, that same kind of play style can work very well for Nyx. Potentially even better.
As Lemur sends in the fight, starts it off well, and look at this, absolutely destroying the position Squall once held. Selfie's gone, only Dylan PH is left as he tries to get out, but the chains from Lemur are already there, and he is looking for that dunk. You might be invulnerable for now, but you're overheating, and you flew too close to the sun. TLD find the kill, wiping out Squall. Well, ban, now they third-party TLD. They've already got Phenom. Cannot scream in their face this time around. Nyx will be gone, the goddess of death down, and now it's up to Law to try to keep Ban away, but Ban, they're going to be more than happy having already gotten one kill, and now they can grab that blue armor for Tsunani.
Dude, this Ban squad with Tsunani on the Tetra, all of a sudden we saw it right there. If you get someone against the wall, the combo of the Bebo bat with the Tetra punch, you just can't move. They just isolate Phenom, completely delete him. Fight continues right. BD under a lot of pressure. LC, beautiful engage. They're going to get two here.
Spy healing up, doing a good job avoiding the Vortex Charm, but guess what, Ban? Again, third party ready. But LC, they'd already chased off the remnants of BDE, even sending out the nuke to make sure they kill off that Wisp. While Phenom, he had been resurrected out in the storm, but the team not going to be all grouped together. Lodge, second win to try to push them back. But Lemur is already looking to exit this fight, while Lodge does hold on to their life. They are separated from Nyx.
Dude, I do honestly love to see the return of Lemur Brawl here. Like, finally feeling maybe ethical to play him with the nerf, but still an extremely strong hunter, even with the... I mean, it's been a... a constant brawl nerf brawl balancing problem since his inception as a hunter, basically. And like Lemur being one of the guys that has really carved the path of what you can do on this hunter from very early on. And, you know, some people might not think of him as a brawl, but I think of him as a brawl because that's one of his most played hunters of all time.
It's Brawl Celeste for me. When I think Lemur, those are the two hunters I always think of. Ban getting sandwiched between TLD, Cow, and it's actually a double-decker sandwich because LC were up in the north as well. 4 teams all threatening a fight, but Cow normally would be the burgers in this situation, had already gotten into the outpost, and now Protofo tries to see if it can get into the outpost, but unfortunately for them, they've already been separated. It's going to be the Bebo that fall first. Tsunani, the next target. They already got the blast with the spike grenade. Nice knife out of midair. Micah, this bunny has been alone in the world many a time. Tries to hop onto the jump pad, but already TLD jumped to take out the bunny. The trap had been laid out. Now Cow with chains connected. The engage started. Lemur tries to get onto them. They're slicing their way right through. Double melee can get right through the defenses Cow had. Healing up with a second win. Lemur ready for Dylan's battle as Cow are in the run, trying to get out of there, but Dylan cannot escape from Nyx. It is only RTK, a fellow Nyx player, who is left trying to hop over the wall, but see, as Phenom is hunting down the other Reaper themselves, wants to take down Cow, but RTK, for now, has been able to survive, while Spy could not say the same against BAP.
Dude, that was just a crazy sequence. That began with Dylan having such a huge disruption. Spike out of the crown here for RTK. Might be super tragic, trying to schmoove his way out on the Nyx. E-plat down.
Scream as well, just constantly tempting fates here, but RTK
Holy.
has managed to get to that Pixel Island, holding on. There is nothing you can really do from this angle outside of heal up the best you can and wait for somebody to chase you to this island. First is going to be Jetski looking for the dunk, but not at 75%. That is going to be RTK still holding on, but now shield's broken. The armor's gone. Last chance looking for this kill on to Cow, on to RTK, who heals up a second win. Will take the wind out of the sails of RTK. No crown play to be had.
Without the brawl ult and the follow-up there from teammates, like he saw the vision, RTK may be able to make something happen. All that started with Dylan having a crazy disrupt in that initial fight. And now it's game over, trying to do the same thing with the crown. Super low in Abyss. Somehow feathers out. These guys are distracted. Big engage from LC.
LC, they take advantage of that one. There's so much attention put on the BDE. It allowed LC to wipe out BAP.
Holy, what a turn there. Maybe a little bit of overcommit of cooldowns, not expecting the third party, trying to chase that crown kill. Last chance, beautiful kind of opportunity to find BAP not ready for the engage. A very rare opportunity, but pays off huge for them here, taking out our winners of the $1,000 Vive Camp tournament last weekend at 4th.
Oh, and then Jetski nearly getting the dunk on to game over, but game over on this Wukong. Great job with the 6 monkey strike on the perch as well over the rock with no time left. The team's back up for round 2, but they are not in a good spot at all with broken armor and surrounded by TLD and LC. Half was easily taken down despite his jump over the portal, and now Jetski starting off this fight already on top of Spy, and now it's going to be up to game over to try to make sure they can bring back the team, keep them at least 2 apiece, but now with a Fusillade pumping out damage, same with a nuke, TLD will relent their pressure on to LC.
Yeah, a little bit of a pause in the action. BDE able to finally fully recover, and TLD just going to ship it on to LC. They're split here.
Look at Jetski behind them. Misfits has been taking a lot of the attention. Jetski waiting for his time to pounce, but it's going to be on a game over. Getting the damage on a toilet. He too trying to heal back up, but he gets sniped but by a TLD. With LC still having 2 left. BDE in a similar position. But are there any crowns to play with? I do see one in the outpost. BDE could look to grab that away while Misfits trying to avoid TLD the best he can, but he is surrounded, and that Penguin giving away his position. That's why he jumps right over to Phenom. I hear the respawn beacon. Jetski going to bring back up Toilet for another fight up against TLD.
Yeah, LC, really nice recovery here. I think a good read by Jetski. Top left of that fight, doesn't commit after it's already looking kind of south when they got engaged on split there. Really doing a good job holding on to these 2 exotics. Still the rewind in hand for Misfit, the Masamune in hand for Jetski. Going to be very useful in this battle against this TLD squad with the Zeph behind a brawl.
Right.
Nyx is looking kind of disgusting, if I'm being real.
The double melee comp that can play aggressively, stick to targets like glue, and then always kept healthy by Lods. I think the big thing that if you're looking to take down TLD, you have to get rid of Lods first. Get rid of that support, because with the support there, if you're focused on a brawl, focused on a Nyx, they're going to heal up over and over and over again with the help of Lods.
Yeah, it's like you basically have to, like you're saying, like you have to find some crowd control, get a pick here, or it's going to be very hard to, because not only you have the Zeph healing, like you're mentioning, like you have the self-healing on the brawl, the self-healing on the Nyx, which is substantial. So it's like, if you're going to punch through this healing, you either need substantial anti-heal, or you need to find that pick, turn it into a 2v3, and then your chances go way up.
TLD, only team on the outskirts of the circle at the moment. LC, BDE, I've gotten good foothold so far, but now the storm is going to force TLD's hands. They are staring down BDE first. We'll have to deal with BDE, while LC have prime pickings if they want to engage, sandwich BDE, or they want to see if they can get a long play against TLD. But TLD doing their best to wait out time, wait until the circle will fully force the hand.
Yeah, a bit of just a waiting game here. Like you say, like no one wanting to overcommit to try to take this space. It is BDE kind of in the middle of the sandwich here. Going to have to play this very well, probably to the right a little bit. Yeah. They have 1 island and a tiny bit of land here on coils they're going to be able to work with. But Nuke is out here, magical. We might be descending into the chaos. Oh, the nade into Nuke. Oh.
Almost finding half, but BDE on that little island, find themselves some salvation, while LC try to take away the bigger of the four islands that are in front of TLD and BDE. BDE have at least been able to go back, but there's another nuke being launched at them. TLD denying that over and over again, saying BDE, you're not going to have an easy time to play around, especially when you have the range from Saros that can start chipping at some of the health bars of TLD.
Yep, and we got our classic 3-team standoff here. I'm such a Final 3 Supervive is my favorite Supervive to watch, because this is where you really see the aspect of giving and taking space and playing the third party intelligently. Like, it's so visceral here, and it looks like BD maybe caught in the middle. Big Zephade connects, but they're able to kite it out for a second, not get sent on there by TLD. TLD being a little cautious to send because of LC on the north. We do see Robber Raccoon for LC sniping supplies from TLD mid-battle here.
Let's see that jump pad TLD placed. Lemur has got the chains. Do they try to go for the fight against BDE? Lemur tempting fades for a moment, but calling it off. Well, game over, just doing a little bit of damage to the spike wall. The bigger thing is both BDE and TLD will have to fight LC for control, who will own the Chaos Steps. And Vortex Charm to land. Getting some damage, but missing onto Lodge. And now with the chains connected, game over. Hopping onto his perch with the Dragon Slam, getting a lot of damage onto TLD. It's Lemur trying to get back. Now the second one, a little bit late, but they might be able to resurrect Lemur. What's a lot of damage coming in from Misfits? BDE down to only half, and he is out of the storm. Picking up the Wisp, making sure they heal back up. But TLD, they got to be careful, because right now, double exotics for LC. Toilet having gold armor as well. Hoff has already jumped past the team and trying to get towards that crown. TLD can take advantage, but they're a little bit late on the call, because it's already the kill on a half, having the grenade landing onto Lodge, and now the chains being launched out, trying to get into the back line with a fuse to Lodge. That's a lot of damage, but they have gotten the stasis, at least for Lodge, to keep the sub alive for a little bit longer, while Nyx utilizing their damage, trying to get into this back line, screaming, taking away the shields. Now Misfits standing in front of them, but this entire time, Lodge was taking a lot of attention, finally taken down. Lemur at no health, can't even hop into the jump pad. Spiked by Misfits and Jet Ski. Only Phenom is left in the middle of 3, trying to heal back up without their armor. LC take game 1.
Beautiful finish for Last Chance. Let's go. We mentioned him at the beginning, having to keep an eye on this team, because all these players very high caliber, forming up for Vive Camp, looking very strong there as a new team, and all of a sudden Magical contesting our top squads for this top team in North America position. And I just gotta say, TLD played that final 3 very well. They actually somehow were able to, knowing they didn't have the advantageous position, they knew LC was ahead on exotics, on position, they forced their way into the third squad, try to put them in the middle, are able to do it successfully enough where they only lose one member, and then they're able to recover with a res and put themselves in their best shot to win that game, which is the 3v3 against LC, because it's very clear there that LC is not going to engage from their kind of position of power with that advantage. And so they're waiting for the third party. TLD, I think, doing a great job to turn that into 2 squads, 3v3, but in the end, not quite able to overcome that power gap with those exotics and perks online for the side of LC. They take game 1. Let's go, baby.
Very well done. And for LC, finding a victory so early, kind of giving them a little bit of a relaxed qualifiers now, because it's more likely that you're going to make it through 6 teams. That's all it takes, getting top 6, and usually at first place is enough room to make sure you are guaranteed into that second day. But of course, you can't be that relaxed. You can't now go and lose and get 12th place in the next 3. But LC at least going to feel a little bit more confident.
Yeah, when you're talking about a 4-game set, if you win the first game, it's such a weight off your chest, right? It's you have a little bit of breathing room compared to because 4 games is not that long to determine who's the best half of the teams, right? So you really got to make it count here, and every single game matters even more so than normal. And I completely agree. Now LC gonna have a little bit of wiggle room to where they can perhaps get a little more creative with the way they're playing. What's our next storm shift here?
I saw you hovering it. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for you to ask. I'm yep, bullet trains. So we got our next one. I think we were waiting on Diamond to a restart. Are they back?
Yeah, I think they're back.
Okay, cool. Because if we are ready, we can just roll right into the next game. I am ready for more Supervive action here. Already excitement as BAP, our current champions, the reigning team of NA. It's not like they lost early. They got top 4 still. 4th place is typical for BAP. Usually always play in the place in the top 4. But usually they start off the tournament hot, winning the first, second, even third games oftentimes.
He said, everybody not ready for these hands, Pensato says.
I love it!
If anyone's not ready.
All right, Pensato, if you're not playing your Tetra, I'm going to be a little bit disappointed, because that's what I've come to know Pensato for, being one of our best Tetra players that there is for NA. And one thing when I talked to Pensato, this is where I was like, I didn't get to talk about a lot of things. And Pensato and I were talking, and Pensato was saying how there's this friendly rivalry they have with Van. Because having played with City, played with Micah Munch in the past, even Despy, it's like, they know each other well. And so Pensato is like, I want to beat Ban because I'm friends with all of them, but I also want to be able to say, haha, I won.
Yeah, let's go. You gotta love the friendship rivalries.
Those are always my favorite ones. I always love ones like that, where it's even kind of like that with TLD and BAP. They have a lot of respect for each other. Of course, it's
yeah,
like
100%.
We always talk about TLD, the main characters, the protagonists, with BAP being the antagonist. And right now, the Dark Lords reign in NA with BAP. But it's all fun between those two teams because they have so much respect for one another.
Yeah, and I think they very much they benefit from playing against each other, right? Because they're kind of at similar skill thresholds at the top here. The most kind of learning they often get in these kind of formats is against squads of similar caliber. So you got the likes of BAP, but you got a lot of squads now that are, unfortunately not 10 in its full form right now, but still RTK and Dylan playing together, 10 being kind of the other main squad in that conversation of who is at the top here between TLD, BAP, and 10. But there's a lot of squads, Ban, LC now. There's actually like a bunch that are kind of up and coming that,
it looks like...
Can you restart?
Yeah, I was just about to say that, Jang. Yeah. I'm like, it looks like we have a restart that we need for game 1, unfortunately.
So I just end match?
Yeah, just end match.
Yeah.
What happened?
Because I was... What happened, Jay?
I couldn't switch off the skin. The band skin.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. We gotta switch that off because that actually has like game-breaking bugs. So we can't have the Hyperion ghost skin. So it's okay. So we'll be able to restart it and get it ready. Mirror Vigil, get them into the game, and then get ready for game 2 again. Sorry about that, everybody. It was just an issue, making sure that we don't have any bug issues. There's only a few left. Thankfully, some of the big ones have been taken care of. Myth is allowed. Kingpin with Dunkers is now allowed as well, so you don't have to worry about that anymore. So I'm glad to see a lot of things are getting fixed and worked on, so we can see a lot of these cool, unique styles that a lot of teams bring to the breach. Zik is doing the Zik thing of making sure that we are ready to go. So that way, hopefully, we don't have another reset. So just getting that fixed really quick, everybody. Once we get that resolved, we will get back into game 2. I think we are ready to rock and roll, Zik. Getting ready for our second game. And of course, I ain't even gonna talk about it. It is Bullet Train. My favorite. So I don't have my nice decorated one my wife's made for me because I'm spraying that one with lacquer so that way the art can stay safe.
Oh, there you go. You're making it officially sealed.
Yes. Yeah.
Nice.
She hand painted it all, right? And
waterproof it, make sure it's nice and tight. I like it.
Exactly. Because I don't want anything. I mean, she did such a good job with that. So I'm like, I want to
think that's
protect
the play, bro. I think that's the play. So we're on the backup whistle for today. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I have like a bunch of whistles. So they're
starting to pile up, man. I think we need to do some kind of event giveaway.
I think so too.
Train whistle related.
No spoilers, but maybe something.
No
is coming
spoilers.
Up. Maybe something is coming up with that. So make sure you are all staying tuned to that because I have so many whistles. I think I have like 10 train whistles
Let's go.
around my apartment. One
They
of
are
which
starting
came
to stack up.
with a hat that's like an actual metal one, but this one doesn't. It's more like an actual whistle. It's not a train whistle, so it's not as fun.
I see.
Yeah. All
Not
right.
quite the same.
Here we go. Back in to lobby. Game 2 is ready as the bullet trains are all loaded up, firing on all cylinders as we are ready to see how our teams will drop. Seeing this drop is going to take us a little southern, right over mana coils down towards the machine.
Let's go. We got golds in Imotech. We got our bullet trains circling the heart here. Objectives kind of dropping on the southern side of the path. I don't know. We don't see the path anymore in
Yeah, I'm a
Spectator,
little
but we
sad.
can
I'm
kinda
a little
get a
sad by
sense.
that. But yeah, exactly. It's like we know, thankfully, we know the game well enough. We know how the drop is going to work. But it is a little sad that we don't get to see the outlines anymore, so we don't get to see exactly where it goes. But at least we get to see that there are two teams dropping with one another. I saw Cow and Jan both aiming for those early Abyssal Hatchlings, so probably going to have some fighting down in Wraith's Road, joined in by LC as well, our winners from Game 1, while the gold fight, BAP always will be a part of that one. But they are actually losing out a couple of those RNG pulls going to BDE's way. Our third place team, so BAP, I'd like to eliminate them, but right now, Chinese Spy gonna have to deal with a recall onto Heights position. BAP trying to group up and look for Spy, caught alone in Imotech. An easy target for them, but Spy making it hard, making them work to find this kill, trying to hop far away into the abyss. You've been looking for that snipe, but you gotta be careful. You're about to overheat and you don't have very much health left. It's Pine trying to take those shots at Spy.
He's
Even
cooked.
having Height nearby, so there's...
Oh!
Is he cooked? I don't know, man.
I was
He looks
wrong.
pretty good right now as he's reset the heat. Height
Opposite.
in pursuit, but Spy outplaying Pine.
Opposite caster curse there. I let him. I helped him live. Big grab coming through for the side of Jan here, trying to get Diamond low, but they're trading back. Despy now chipped out, going Cow's way all of a sudden.
Base walk, Jan. Separating into three directions. Mirror Vigil not even going to be with Jang. It's Jang trying to hit those arrows.
Ooh.
Dashing away, but RTK slicing through. Taking a kill off of Jan, and Mirror Vigil about to join them by themselves without really a way to fight back against Chaos. It's only going to be Despy, the sub for Jan, to survive.
So 4 kills on Cow Magical right out of the gate here. Actually a massive start for them off the drop. You mentioned contesting for these hatchlings over here. That is going to go their way after we saw like a bit of an initial split. We do see BAP make their way successfully out of Imma with the golds in hand. Oh, sorry. BDE holding on to that one that Chinese Spy get. BAP did actually lose a gold, I think, or they were able to pick it back up.
They're able to pick it
after
up.
that
It's with how they've changed the golds. It's not like before when it used to be just there's a certain amount in an area. Now it's like it's all about the RNG on how you can play around the vaults, how you can play around the drops. And so for BAP's sake, all three will hold on to golds even if they lost one to Spy.
Yeah. Potential fight around our Kaiju Vault here. It's SVA versus LC. LC wants it. Misfit, aggressive shift forward. Face steal chain in, into slam.
Now, SVA kind of split off. A poor showing in game 1, getting eliminated so early on in that one here. Having a hard fight against the current winners of our first qualifiers, and now they are already scattered. Flint, an easy target for Jetski. Well, we did see that there was only Bell that was able to survive, juking LC, but not looking good for the starts for SVA. While BAP, they go right past TLD, but TLD noticing Hyde actually chasing this one. Jan as well, getting some of the attention. TLD no longer focused as they had already gotten the Vortex
goodness,
Charm
bro.
to connect, and they've taken down Jan. Jan gone. Mirror Vigil could be the next target, but they look for Despy because he is the last one. Having a good kill from Lodge with that second win. Chasing him into the rings through the jet stream. Jan, this is not looking good. Bullet Train hopping on that one, but Despy has to hop off as quickly as they embarked on it. And now Jan, first team, eliminated in game 2.
Honestly, such a nice try from Despy there to live. TLD just playing angry here. Like such a fast engage. They're chasing height. They instantly turn onto the unsuspecting Jan, who is buying on the boat there. Before Jan knows what's happened, it's just Despy left. Does his best to get away, but TLD. Ooh, Squaw answers Goroy. Big spike on the unsuspecting Sad.
Yeah, dragging the kill. not really paying too much attention there with their glider out, got punished by Squall, and for sad sake, this is one of our newer teams to competitive, having joined in. They know that they're outclassed in this one, but they're going to play their hearts out regardless, and I'm watching them.
You love to see it.
Exactly. I love seeing these new teams. Don't want them to feel discouraged. Squishy, run! At least they know in this game they're not going to be the first team eliminated. Avoiding burn back with the Napalm summon, but only level 6 for Squishy. Very squishy on this Felix without any relics. That shield helping them out a lot. Doing a good amount to try to keep the fight going, but sadly, without a team, there wasn't really much hope for Sad.
Hey, if you're not last, you're first. Wait.
No, if you ain't first, you last. That's how it works. That's how it goes, Ricky Bobby.
Unfortunate for Sad, it's not the other way around. But they are going to be taking that in stride for sure as a learning experience here. Like, to come in as a new squad against these caliber of players that have been, you know, some of them playing for years, some of them playing together for a long time now. It's like, it's such a different game, man. And it's such a different kind of pacing and tempo that even to just have the guts to come out here and show up knowing that's the case is like a nod of respect.
Exactly. And I hope for them, looking at this first lobby, that they don't get discouraged going into the second lobby if they end up finding their way there. But right now, with how stacked the competition is at the top, we have quite a number of teams that we keep our eyes on, most likely moving on to day 2 of Saturday Night Supervive, our Turbo Cup ban. They've already moved the heart once, and missing that Tonk Tonk from Protofo. Squall actually having a good fight. They've already been able to scatter Ban into 2 different directions. Tsunani tries to run away with the grabby, but Micah grabbing with the air blast to get him off of the Wisp, hopping away with Protofo in hand.
Beautiful save from Micah there. The air blast lets him push the enemy off the Wisp, snatch it up, bring Proto out, while Tsunani, I think, was distracting to the right there. All 3 are going to be able to live. They're going to be just fine. Fighting continuing to the south, though. BAP wielding their gold armors here, Magical.
HYD, after getting eliminated first in the last game, going to be a little bit angry and want to prove themselves in this game. But right now, it is looking tough. They only have green armor, 1 gray armor on a Pensado. Not playing the Tetra like I wanted to see from them. Really swapping up their style, and this is something that I think I was talking with Kaya about and looking at different compositions, and one of the teams that's really interesting to see how they kind of adapt is HYD. Playing with Pensado on this Oath, having the backup of the Zeph from City, and then matches one of these amazing Shiv players, so they've really put it into their subs' hands and say, we believe in you to carry this team. But speaking of carrying, we are looking at this fight from TLD. Phenom has already gotten on top of Gore, who has to see if he can kick himself backwards, but Lemur on his position. Selfie is gone. They have taken out Lemur, but at what cost have you been able to pick him up? Because now Dylan PH is getting chased down by Phenom, saying there ain't no escape from this one. Reap what you sow, Dylan, as they slice down Squall.
Dude, I just want to shout out Squaw. I was about to say before we panned away from them earlier, one of our teams to really start to contest the tier 1 squads, like a newer team. And right there, like, they saw the fight against TLD. There was an angle where they win that, and they're unafraid, and they're willing to commit all the way to try to win that battle, and you just love to see that kind of confidence. Meanwhile, other side of the map, Cal find BDE, putting them into the abyss. They're on a roll here, Cal. This game, look at this, 8 kills.
5 for Nyx. RCK looking strong on the new Hunter. And for BDE, they had a good showing in game 1, 3rd place, but here, a 10th place finish is going to definitely put them behind the curve at the moment. HYD, a team that is looking to move up in the standings and get themselves in a better spot going into game 3. Matches playing aggressively, but I love how Matches plays, and this is something I wanted to shout out with them, and how they had this confidence in Matches. You saw right there, just throws the dagger backwards, already looking for an aggressive play, but realizing that they didn't have a good control on that island, they just jumped back with the rest of the team.
Yeah, and meanwhile, a couple teams eyeing the hatchling. It is Ban going to go for the recall out of Bush, just surrender this over to TLD, not wanting to overcommit. Meanwhile, QA down to just 1 member. It is the Legend. As Cal continue the hunt here.
The Legend, one of our top jewel players, really has been making a name for themselves as of late, with already amazing competition in that category as well in NA. We have so many amazing jewel players. Madly, Afro, Spades, the Legend. is starting to become that legend, this one that was more late to the party, but showing off a lot of their mechanics with Jewel right there, running into the wrong team. BAP is not a team you want to run into solo. Even if you're a godlike Jewel play, BAP are going to punish you, and they already get rid of one more team with SVA staring down HYD. SVA starting off this game a little bit rough. Flint on Jin in this game as well. We didn't even get to talk about that from before.
Oh, let's go. You love to see it. That was like honestly a nice angle out for the legend. I literally think if they don't have a Saros, he probably lives there. Yeah. But Pine able to instantly follow with that portal. And like, you know, BAP is not only consistent with the amount they practice and them playing together, they're also pretty damn consistent with their comp. Where if before there are bans in play, they're very much sticking with this same Shiv Brawl Saros look. And it's so strong in the hands of each of these players individually. Like each one of these guys are like known for these hunters at this point, right? And a lot of times like, oh, violence over here though.
Uh-oh, HYD chased down by LC. HYD were hoping that they could fight against SVA, but LC, as they third party that one, take 2 out for Hydra, down to only their captain City left for the team. And hoping that he can get away, but kind of like the legend before them. City running into the wrong team. BAP punishing another one out at 7th place. So for HYD, they have to play out of their mind in games 3 and 4 if they want to guarantee they move on into the finals.
Yeah, and very hard to run away from BAP, let alone try to contest them. And, you know, something I was going to say earlier is like a lot of teams, you know, used to call out the fact that the reason they were so scary to contest for gold armor drops is because Pine played Shrike, right?
Yep.
That is no longer the case. They still win almost every single gold drop.
Exactly. I feel like now that goes into a different conversation because before it was Pine, the Shrike God, Shrike Gold Jordan, as they have been called for a long time. But I feel like it's now on to Spades. Having brought in Spades into the team, playing Shiv consistently, that gives them this early game domination that has won them a lot of these early fights and allowed them to gain this control into the mid game when then Pine becomes this god on Saros.
Yeah, and it's the same story with Height where like Brawl needs time to scale, right? So if you have one person that can kind of carry that early game, get your Saros and Brawl in a position to carry themselves, because the Shiv doesn't fall off too hard either. Like, so she, you know, the level 1 empowered shift can go crazy if you're not missing. So, you know, again, like just a very strong comp that they've been consistently practicing now together for a long time. And it's really, really starting to show.
And it's only when they start facing those bans later in tournaments that we tend to see some of the weakness in BAP. But even still, it's not only a little bit because they are still really good on many different hunters. They have backups, especially like Height. Before it was only Brawl, but now he's got that Wukong. Might even be able to play some of that Nyx. We'll have to see if that is going to be a call for Height later. That'd be really hypey to see if he actually plays some of the new Hunter. But Spade's a great Jewel player, so that doesn't have to play Shiv either. They have other answers. They have backups nowadays.
100%. Yeah, I completely agree with that. Meanwhile, we do see LC claiming Emorius here. Nice advantage for them. 3-way fight breaking out to the right, though.
TLD sandwich, but they still take out Bell regardless. And now BAP chase down their ionized Pine, trying to throw out some damage, missing the chains from Height, but it still gives them an angle to try to attack TLD. They've gotten back to land with the train at their back, hoping that they can play at Wraith's Row, but now a nuke launch. They've grounded Spades, but Spades has avoided the nuke for now, and BAP try to regroup. Lods separated from the team at Height. Realize no support, no backup. Could be an easy target, but that's a lot of damage. And Spade's going to be the first one gone. The train on the other side. Actually, got to keep our eyes on that as there's a portal from Pine. Try to get away. But LC, they've heard the fighting. Same with Cow. They're going to move down south. BAP are in a bad spot. Pine is gone. Only Height remains. Same with SBA, only having Flint left. But Cow going to deal with TLD first. Spike Grenade doesn't get the stun, but they've summoned Napalm regardless. That's got Pistol Breaker, and now LC trying to sandwich on a TLD. They had the stasis for now, but Lods is gone. Even with the the avalanche thrown at both sides. It is TLD. You have to get back.
Dude, this is a crazy situation for TLD. They actually play that fight against BAP basically perfectly. It's like the 2v1 on both sides. Toilet is able to fend off the height brawl live while TLD trades, gives themselves number advantage against BAP. But meanwhile, it's LC and Cow crashing in for the third and fourth party that's putting TLD in a really rough spot here. We see Lemur barely wiggle his way through on the tracks. Height did get away from BAP, playing the crown angle down here. E-plat out.
Flint waiting for his moment, wants to remove that crown from BAP. BAP already at top 4 in the last game, but uncharacteristic for that team. We're so used to seeing them as the #1 team. And right there, Phenom picking up the revive onto Lodge, but now they got to get back into the circle and fight their way through it. A lot of damage onto Lodge, healing back up. All the while, it was Phenom chasing away Flint over the ledge, and now on a Miss Kate, but she goes in with the flight of the Firefox, trying to carve up the fight. Second win, pushing him back. First kill, second kill, 2 down for SVA. TLD, how do they manage that kind of fight?
Insane fight from TLD there, just showing the kind of technical prowess of, and the nuke connects onto Diamond. Second one out here, just violence continuing to the north. But the way TLD fights this, they get the deep train res. Phenom or Lemur knows he has to cause some chaos for his teammates to be able to live there. Lods makes it in with 1 health, able to heal himself on the Zeph while Phenom and Lemur are distracting, and then they're able to somehow recover, turn that fight with Lods pumping that R&B juice. So really well done.
They got Avalanche onto the train tracks. BAP, they've decided to scatter, try to get away. Spade's going to be the first target they looked for, but they couldn't actually take them down. And now TLD, even though they have this great fight against SVA, they are in a bad spot because the Storm pushing them in 2 different directions, already banned inside of the outpost. BAP down south, they go for a miracle play, trying to get away, but into the heart, into the train. TLD! Eliminated as Ban utilized the heart on the tracks. Where do you go from here with the heart right in the middle of everyone? BAP in a terrible spot. Now, with these spike walls placed down, they've got to utilize these Saurus portals to get out of there. It is into LC they go, and then double portal to go north.
Dude, Ban is the sandbox team, bro. They utilize the map and the tools at their disposal better than anyone else. They're so creative, and it results in this magical, just utter chaos on the other side of the heart here.
It looks like, again, BAP left only with height, but this time crownless, not even seeing one nearby. Ban, as you talked about, this is why I love watching Ban. Some people might get a little upset about seeing all these TPs on the heart, but that is what Supervive is about. These sandbox plays, playing for these crazy angles, these once-in-a-lifetime moments. And now with the heart right in the middle of everybody, nobody is even trying to fight against Ban. They're letting him hold on to control of all these corridors, these hallways where the train will be. And keep in mind, you have to play towards this. This is where the circle is taking us.
Yeah, and not only that, they're using the perma-res to eliminate the train res. It is now impossible to get this off.
It is.
Height looks for it, and he's like, bro, what is this? What is this?
Just because you remove one,
this angle,
you have the heart still. So even if you got rid of the train angle, you still have the heart that will work out. As, unfortunately... I don't know what what happened there, but he walked in.
I think he grabby-zeeped, bro. I don't know for sure.
Did he grabby-zeep into the heart? But hey, again, they have the heart, and they have a good angle on this one. So even though BAP were able to get their own respawn, they have to avoid the train, and now they have to fight their way through Cow. Cow pushed away as never letting him in. Tsunami made sure that Cow got eliminated. But looking at BAP, as they got dragged out by that Tog Dog, Protofo batting him away. Protofo 1v2's BAP.
Ban just went crazy, bro. It looked like something went wrong when Proto yeets in the heart, but it doesn't even matter. They win fights on both sides, cleaning off 2 squads. Double nuke out with the TP.
And then Jetski, another heart from Micah. Launch the bunny. God, the TP. Even though Protofo did fall to the train, they still got that kill onto Jetski. Heart at play. They can bring back Protofo yet again, but they got to deal with Misfits, popping out the damage. Tsunami, the first one gone, but they have the blessing. They can bring him back up. And then Protofo getting pushed into the heart. They got the revive onto 1, but now you have to survive against the fight of LC because they are looking for the respawn as well, trying to bring back up their fallen teammate. The train narrowly missing that of Misfits. Micah still takes down Toilet regardless. Misfit is on the other side, but a heart channel. Are they going to be able to get this to work for Ban or for LC? Both of them staring each other down. It's going to be Ban, the first one to get this.
And Misfit stepped out for a split second, and it gave Micah prio on the res. So since he can't force Micah out, now all of a sudden Ban's back at full force.
Wait! He pushed him in! no!
Bro.
The heart working against Grabby Zeep, but Donk Dunk does not drag him into the heart.
happening?
Fuse a lot pop, getting a lot of damage, but now you gotta be careful on how the flames are already pulling around you. LC batted away, Protofo defending the heart, so they can take game 2.
That was like such a classic band finish there. Just the amount of chaos incited with this heart teleport angle, doing it multiple times in this final circle. Like you said, this is Supervive, bro. This is the sandbox at play. Absolutely love watching like this kind of creativity and band really like pushing the limits of what you can do with certain hunters in the sandbox, and they run an extremely unique comp as well. It's basically the only Bebo, it's basically the only Aluna, and now without Glass on the Ghost, Tsunani stepping in on the Tetra, it's almost like an insane amount of crowd control. You have the pushback of the bat and the punch. You have the Tetra slam. You have the Aluna root. You have the air blast from the Aluna. Like, there's actually so many tools for them to force people into things like heart teleport, etc. Where like that was just such a good end game, bro.
It's so funny. It is so funny to watch and see how these are. And so now going into game 3, we'll see how teams are going to bounce back in this one. It is final destination for game 3. So, just seeing. Sorry, Jang just pinged me with something. Oh, it's just pinging me with what the groups are looking like. So I already know. Okay, cool. Just seeing lots of pings there. But going into game 3, final destination. I'm curious to see if any team ever tries to stop ban. A strategy I think that has always worked for them is when they have this kind of circle where they can get a hold of the heart and carry that with them. They always make sure, if you watch them, they're always around an outpost or a shop. So they can constantly keep refilling the heart TP. So they keep moving the heart and make it their weapon. But no one really tries to ever contest them on that.
Wait, do we want to?
What's up?
Tsunani said turn off randomized colors. What does that mean?
Oh, if you go here, you see randomized colors right there. Yeah.
Do we want to turn that off? Is that something we
If
should do?
that's what the players are asking for, we can. But, I think something got said. Just make sure that that is something the players are wanting. Oh, it's because it messes up the stats for Alario.
Wait, so what should I do here?
Alario.
I need the call.
If the players are asking for it to turn off, just turn off.
It's Tsunani asking for it. Like, I don't know. Like,
just double check with the players. Just be like, do you guys want the colors off?
I mean, we're not going to get consensus. Like, we're the TOs. We got to make the call here, bro. Like,
let's turn it off. Turn it off, start the game, and that way there's also a 3-minute delay, so they're not going to know until until it's too late anyways. Yeah, and for only 4 games, it's okay. It's not like these are the finals. If it's the finals, then we'll have to revisit this and figure out how we can better input the stats. But I think Azuna was manually inputting them earlier, which is a pain in the butt.
I'm wondering, I don't know why that was, it was maybe checked to help the Anon mode feel more Anon, because you can still see
that's
some amount of colors in the lobby screen, I would imagine.
Yeah, that's what that's what I think too, is that it's that way to help make the Anon mode a little bit better, a little bit more actual Anon, where it's like now the colors too are randomized, but meh. It also kind of makes it hard for casting, not gonna lie, with the randomized colors.
Yeah.
Then they're different colors every game, and so it's like, wait, which seems... and that was very annoying to deal with in EU earlier.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. From it's very over the set of matches. It's very easy as a caster to start lock in on a color for a team, and yeah, it is kind of disruptive to not have that.
Yeah, it is. All right, but here we go. Game 3 ban with a big win in game 2. LC having a win in game 1. Gonna be happy with themselves and moving on into this one. See how they are going to take on one another as final destination will take us to Prisma Falls.
Yeah, and we got a repeat back-to-back gold in Imotech, so expect BAP early out to some cars making their way over here. And we are going to have a lot of teams dropping around these central objectives, I'm sure, as well, as we see quite a few out already in this direction.
Already having some drops. Looking at our teams, of course, BAP. We always expect to look for goals. Free. Wow, no one going to contest them this time around.
It's just like they have such aura around golds now, dude, in North America. It's like find me a competitive game where BAP doesn't at least get half the golds that's happened in the last month. It's like extremely rare.
But I will say for BAP, even though they are our reigning champions right now, they haven't actually been able to pick up a win in the qualifier so far. BDE trading blows with Cow. Dylan, the first casualty. RTK has to back up Diamond, but Diamond going off.
My
Nick
God.
leaves just 1v1. Diamond v Spy trying to get the revive on a half, but already level 5 for Diamond. Both of them trading blow for blow. That's going to be a nice spike grenade, but Spy taking a little bit too low as he tries to see if he can revive half. Pushed back. That's the damage with the spike grenade. Diamond 1v2. Just needs to get the damage to land. Rain of arrows. Both of them on no health. BDE. They kite backwards. Diamond will relent while the help of the hatchling to get rid of Spy again, but he should be revived by half.
Dude, that is the closest level 1 fight that I've maybe seen in a long time. Insanely close. Inches there in the 1v1 duel to finish it off. Both sides barely living.
Wow, crazy there. And then we look over towards Sad, and sad to say, Squishy was taken down by LC, but they aren't out of this just yet. Adanias is still alive. Trying to get out of this one, go down to a fairly safe res, but I actually kind of like that. Touched it for a second, but realized that they were immediately going to get chased. Dragging to kill, picking up a Sky Shark should be able to go back, pick up your teammate. Come on, go get him.
He's got the recall. He's fine. He'll make it over. Meanwhile, fight between Cow and SVA. SVA a little level advantage, but Bell getting chipped here. RTK looking for the finish.
Level 6. That'd be a big pickup. RTK picking it up. Now slicing their way through. They've gotten rid of the Wisp, but guess what? It's BDE out of nowhere. RTK taken down with the help of another team, SVA. They are kind of in a bad spot. They already lost Bell, but Flint, Mace, Kate should be able to make it out alive. But BDE, they're hunting down stragglers, looking for anyone caught away from their team.
Yeah, we see SVA get out a couple different ways. It looks like Miss Kate is going to get run down here, unfortunately. It is Ban and TLD in it on the other side, it looks like.
As BDE do find Miss Kate, and we'll look over to Ban. TLD, try to push him off the cart. Change, try to follow that one up. Second win, not going to be able to get close enough, but slicing down Protofo off of the Sky Shark. TLD claiming more points for themselves. Ban, regardless of if you think you got them down, they can just respawn over and over again, because now Protofo back in the game yet again. The Ban are separated. Protofo could go down south, try to distract for the team.
TLD's like, how do we get rid of this pesky Bebo permanently? Like, what is this? He's just instantly back up as soon as they kill him. They are going to claim fire. They do have ult advantage now for the next fight they find. Nice idea from Proto to try to knock him off the Sky Shark, but they are going to finish it. Heated battle over here.
As Dragon to kill, almost resurrected. Adanias is now the last one for Sad. LC are just being mean and making Sad a sad team, because they are not relenting as they will fall. But we did have another team die off screen, SVA. They unfortunately are the first team eliminated here in Game 3, and for SVA, going to be a heartbreaking early exit in Game 3, needing it to win or have a high placement in Game 4 to guarantee they get that top 6.
Yeah, and SVA, one of these teams where it's they've been around for a little bit now. It's players we recognize and like know and love, but it's just like it's such stiff competition they're coming up against here. It's like if you're not out here every day scrimming, practicing, working to get better, it's really hard to, even if you are experienced players that are quite good, it's hard to keep up in a lobby like this, man. And like a lot of these players just so hungry, especially now with like some more significant cash prizes on the line heading into tomorrow. you know, like it's tough out here, bro.
And even if you're putting in those reps, even if you are constantly scrimming,
Yeah.
it is tough because there are some strong teams. NA, it has been TLD, the narrative for them for ages, but BAP, as of late, have been able to snatch that narrative away from them. But then there's other teams, like, you look at Squall right here, already having
Yeah.
a great fight against it. HYD and Pensado holding on beneath their feet, but it's sniped out of the air by GoRoy. City trying to stand up so they can resurrect the team, but Selfie is going to be the one that is brought back up by GoRoy. But look at the other side. Jan and Javine and Squall get eliminated with the combined efforts of Jan and HYD, even resurrecting Pensado. But now the QA are here. Match is forced to Fusilade, but it is damage that they have dealt to Jan. Mirror Vigil healing back up on the boat. Jan holding on and waiting. They want to bail, go back towards the tracks. They are going to try to go as a unit, but now this match is scaring them constantly, threatening to go for these fights. And now the train City should be able to avoid that one. Match is also jumping towards the tracks. But now the train having passed by Jan, they can hop aboard if they want to. Pensado trying to keep him off, but pulling him back, saying, you can't get off. That's not your stop just yet. Pensado taking a lot of damage, and Jang is right behind them, putting up the rock wave and the tetraform, trying to survive. But
really
with only
raw.
a sliver of health, Pensado manages to escape, and then Mirror Vigil, locked in by the walls, will be stomped down by Matches.
Beautiful Tetra ult at the end there for Pensado to basically cancel like the full value of that Fusillade.
Yeah.
And really nice grab coming through for the side of Despy there, but in the end, they're not able to capitalize on the full kill. Pensado gets away with a sliver, leverages the wall to his advantage. Dude, I was going to say, like, Squaw's one of these teams that's like right on the edge of really breaking into this tier 1 group. They're actually so good. And I was really hoping to see them through here. Unfortunately, like it's just like in a 4-game set, just dropping a couple games is just like, yeah, even a game exactly is enough to hurt your chances to make it through. So potentially another shot for them in the next group. I'm not exactly sure how that works exactly, but
they'll have another chance to. So top 6 move on guaranteed. They are playing tomorrow. Bottom 6 have another chance in the lobby B to face off against 6 more teams, and then the top 6 from that will join into the finals. But right now, BDE TLD trading blow for blow, half having to portal away, but chased by TLD, never giving an escape angle. They've even picked up the wisp to be able to stop that back, but it's going to be game over, taking down Lieber. 1-for-1 trade with the 6 monkey strike. Lods could be the target for game over, having Chinese Spy right behind them. Vortex Charm does not land. Lods doesn't have Phenom with him, instead looking for that respawn. If Lods does fall, should be resurrected right back on his feet. Might even want to just die to the abyss so he could be back with the team. That's why Phenom was hoping to wait it out, but Lods was able to escape the ire of BDE. Lemur will rejoin the fray while Lods still trying to see if he can hunt down BDE, keeping information so the rest of the kit team can possibly join in and find more picks. Even looking at the Lodge playing so aggressively, Napalm has been summoned, but right behind him, here's Lemur flying down and taking out Spy.
yeah, TLD doing a nice job to keep up that pressure. Somehow Lods lives there, ends up in Spy being a little split. They're able to finish off that quick pick. And this is like after, remember, Spy and crew started here in that super close 1v1. And it looks like they are going to be able to get this res off, but it's HYD here ready to give them another round, like really trying to work in the edge of Storm, but HY doing a nice job kind of gatekeeping.
Oh man, that damage from Matches, and now Pensado, City's second win, snipe Spy out of the air. Half game over, even if there had been the respawn for the team. Spy unfortunately lost his life for it, and BDE don't have a respawn beacon nearby they can easily utilize. With TLD, Cow, HYT all surrounding them in Wraith's Row, it is going to be quite a fight. They're trying to see if they can go down south through Underrot.
Yeah, and a little bit of space for our other teams playing through some of our objectives here in the mid game. We do see BDE still in tatters from that res, trying to make their way back in. Half super low to the south here. Game over, still full health. Looking for the train res. The Dictator is here, though. The rest of Cow looking to follow up.
There are a lot of teams still alive here, Zick. We have 9 squads still remaining. So a lot can happen here, especially as the Storm is really honing in on Prisma Falls. We already knew that, though, from Final Destination. But I'm looking at our teams that are down in items, maybe down in armor. Looking at Tsunami for Ban, only having that gray. Grabby Squid only for Tetra, but that usually is enough for a Tetra player, especially if you're able to get that Grabby and get the immediate Volcanic Crusher afterwards.
Yeah, definitely really reliant on just connecting that initial engage. I have honestly loved Magical seeing the rise in Air Blaster again. The amount of Air Blasts we see over the course of a match now is much higher than it used to be.
And it's a lot of fun, but half not having too much fun there. BDE really struggling as they got sandwiched between HYD and TLD. But TLD focused on HYD instead. Vortex Charm had connected on Phenom, giving an angle for HYD to try to escape. But the Hydras, how many heads are you got to chop off to take them out? Ban are trying to see if they can help out TLD, but they haven't been able to hold the line, holding on to their little bit of land. But as the storm is going to push them further and further out of their comfort zone, out of Wraith's Row, they're going to have to contend with TLD, but TLD just going to recall back to Underwrong.
I didn't know these guys were Hydras. That's a great name. I actually really like that team
Right,
name.
yeah. See, that's one, like, I learned a lot by putting out the player and team info. So I can kind of learn a lot more about these players and why they're called certain things like banned. They're called banned because they like to play what they consider banned strategies. As right now, a great fight from Cow on Jan, the namesake for Jang. But now Hydra with a Fusillade pumping the damage onto Dylan, forcing Cow to go into separate directions. But Matches, as he has been able to rejoin with the team onto the island, they saw that ban were nearby, pelting more boulders, looking for that Volcanic Crusher. And Benzato seeing his friendly rivals in ban, well, at least scare them from continuing with the fight, while Jan lose Mirror Vigil, who is far away from the other teammates.
Yeah, so Cow gets it shipped on him from the left by Jan, and then again from the right from Hydra's right after. They're able to fend off both fronts. Hydra do successfully claim their little island, but it results in Jan being in a really rough spot, leaving just Despy alive. Over to the right here, he's got two squads looking at each other to the south, looking for maybe a train res.
Chains as ban are winners of last game, losing Micah, and guess what? The bunny got picked up by the wrong player. It was Phenom to collect that free kill onto the Wisp, and now Protofo putting down the Mega Avalanche, but it is going to be avoided. B-Bomb on Train. Has enough time. Should be able to bring back up Micah for another round. While HYD, they deal with TLD up north by the tracks. Fusillade pumping out the damage for Matches, but still Phenom holding on to their life, and they throw it right back at Pensato, pushing them back to their island. But guess what? The chase from TLD, as they now see that Hydra are weak, and they have one less head to deal with. City is gone, but Jan had fallen right before them. Unfortunately for both teams, eliminated with only one more game at the qualifiers. They might have to play 4 more in order to book their ticket into the finals.
Bro, when Phenom grabs a Wisp and is unstoppable on this Hunter, and then he has the Lemur Soul Stealer Brawl behind him, and then Lods is throwing out crowd control, keeping him alive. It's just, like, we see it right there. Just a disgusting amount of damage and kind of booping happening to really just eliminate the enemy team's possibility of doing anything constructive. And we've seen multiple times now with this comp, them getting very decisive kind of 3v3 wipes like that.
And unfortunate, though, for HYD and for Jan, as I said, both these teams kind of struggling in these first set of qualifiers, and they might actually end up having to play it in the other 4 that we have after these sets. So that would be bad for those teams, especially because they are teams that we expect great things from. But right now, we got to focus on this fight. QA, a great fight engaged, but Legend had been sniped by Diamond, and now Diamond over the ledge. They have the help, though. BAP are going to intervene, and TLD as well on a Cow. Which team falls first, QA or Cow? As with chains connected, they look for Diamond, but Diamond will phase walk away. LC stamping back, looking for Ban, looking for the snipe. It's going to be Wubby Bay for QA, gone. TLD claiming that while Ban go back south. LC in the middle of too many teams. I don't know if they want to stay there anymore. Jetski's been separated, and Jetski actually going to rotate down to try to make sure there's no respawn on that respawn beacon.
Yeah, and this is classic BAP here. We haven't really seen him all game. We saw him right at the beginning drop top left, golds for free. All of a sudden, they show up. They're basically level cap. They got an exotic perk. They got full gold armor. So they got Dreadstar. They're like ready to rumble. And they kind of, you know, coming up against squads that have been hunting all game. They're on the same exact pacing, basically the exact same pace here as TLD. Level 13s with the triple golds, one exotic on each side.
Nuke to get rid of base camp, but right before then, grabbing that Slayer chest, and there is going to be the evil shopkeeper right there that they can grab something from, but BAP not even going to give a moment to TLD, constantly firing, making sure they do some damage to TLD so they couldn't get that, but TLD, regardless, will at least get themselves some more exotics. Looking at how strong they are, they and BAP have a lot going their way. Soul Stealer picked up by Lemur.
Yeah, both squads looking very strong here. LC not looking too shabby just to the south. Have the armor to kind of stack up against them, just missing a level and maybe an exotic or two here. But they have the bush. They can find a cheeky angle onto this TLD movement south. BAP working their way down to the left as well. Everyone kind of posturing now around this Soul Warden as we have 6 squads, half the lobby left, moving toward our final destination here.
And these look likely to be the 6 teams to move on, our first 6 to go into Saturday Night Supervive. Make sure they book their ticket to the Turbo Cup playing for the prize pool. Of course, they want to make sure they guarantee that a win, or a lot of these teams will do just that. BDE being one of those teams that would like to pick up a victory. Same with Cow, being another team that are waiting, biding their time as Amorius is taken down by BAP.
Yeah, nuke out as well, just for some positioning, it looks like. A little late here, but everyone is still, besides Ralph, RTK here, vying for their spot. Ralph, on the other hand, vying for an opportunity to res. Looks like he's trying to play for the train angle here, Magical, but pretty sketchy with Band down the tracks.
Do you see what I see?
I see something.
I see a TP. Well, the thing is there the heart or is there not? It is kind of playing the Schrodinger's TP here. Do you think that Micah has already put down the TP on heart, or is it not there? It's not. Instead, it's just going to be a simple respawn beacon.
Ooh. Yeah, but it's scary riding on those tracks, seeing the other end of that teleporter there. Has the heart already been moved into position? They're so good at doing it around the center of the map here. Because that last game was not the first time we've seen Band do this, by the way. They've been cooking with these kind of strats.
RTK trying to pod race and to hold on to that heat, but he bomb and into LC. Jet Ski with the second win from Toilet. Cow, our first of our top 6 to be removed of game 3. Not the position they want to be in, but at least they should know they're in a pretty decent one going into game 4. As long as they're able to place another top 6, should guarantee their ticket into finals.
Look at this, like, this wall set up around the beacon they teleported. Ban, like, really wanting to just hold this corner for themselves. Well, BAP and TLD looking at each other, nuke out, forcing positioning a little bit here. BAP's going to back off.
It makes me wonder what Ban are trying to do with that respawn beacon, but I'm going to have to put a pause on that one because TLD absolutely beating up BAP. A nice snap away by Spade, but now having to pick up a crown immediately, losing it because TLD already killed him, but another crown for Spade. This long shift while the train came out of nowhere to actually take down Micah that one. I saw as BAP lose their life to LC. Ban pushing back BDE. 6 Monkey Strike, trying to get some damage onto Tsunami. They've gotten rid of the spike walls, trying to see if they can bat him away, but that's a lot of damage onto Protofo. Getting him off. Talk, trying to drag him away from the respawn beacon, but the Monkey is already gone, and now Protofo's down. It's only going to be Tsunami left for Ban. They might have won the last game, but they're out of 4th place in this one with TLD trying to fight up against LC. BDE holding onto the outskirts, waiting for their moment to strike. They put down an avalanche, but it's going to be a lot of damage onto TLD. Phenom trying to heal back up. They've already got the station that's launched. It's get back up in the fight, and they already got rid of Jet Ski as well. LC kiting up north, staying away. BDE trying to intervene. Saw their moment against TLD, but they weren't able to get the full fight against them. They've been able to heal up their armor, heal up their life, and now TLD ready to strike back, but LC already in position. They put down all these spike walls, and they've got control. But look at Phenom trying to see if he can slice his way. Reap and sow. Only Toilet is left as he tries to go over the abyss, but now it's going to be BDE. BDE, this is your time to win, to take a game, and make sure you are guaranteed top 6.
Bro, the fact that BDE goes from that crazy 1v1 duel we saw at the very beginning, the very first fight of the game by the Kaiju Vault against the Diamond Myth, just one player left on both sides, turning that all the way. Like, we saw them continue to kind of be on the back foot, trying to res and recover from that point deeper into the match. They play the patience game beautifully here, somehow find themselves in a final circle. We saw them force this position. I'm really curious what Ban's grand plot was with the beacon teleport and the walls down here to the right. It ends up not working out when BDE kind of forces the position against them with the train rolling through. And then from there, just like, you know, LC and TLD just looking to murder each other, almost like a free opportunity for BDE to step up and win in the kind of final third party there. But you got to hand it over to them. Beautiful kind of recovery performance to go from what was maybe 12th to definitely first.
And that definite first place guarantees they are top 6 in this. And for a team like BDE, we know these players very well, but it is kind of a breath of old life back into this game, because this team had existed way back in the past. I'm talking back in like April, March. I remember this team existing, and then kind of going their separate ways for a long time through open beta, through season 1, and now essentially regrouping half back on to the breach and seeing how they are able to win a game in our qualifiers, and now making sure they are in the finals. They're going to be a part of our first ever Saturday night Supervive, our Turbo Cup that'll be tomorrow with that win.
Let's go. Absolutely massive for them, shifting the tides there in that one game. Are we on cross country here for Storm?
No,
for
bombing run.
Bombing run. All right.
Yeah. Bombing run. And then, so this is the last game of our first lobby. And then after this, our bottom 6 teams, we'll get the points from Alario, and we'll make sure that we know how that is actually looking for our teams. And then we'll find out which teams make it through to tomorrow, which teams have to fight in 4 more games against our other teams that are waiting on the sidelines, watching these games, maybe taking some notes on how they can possibly win. Oh, Saturn not ready yet? Okay, that gives me some time. I'm going to make a quick cup of tea while we wait.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Wow.
They're trolling, I guess. I don't know. Oh, he said he went to the bathroom. Okay. We'll give it the full timer here. By the way, guys, Magical's an actual mad lad, going 8 games this morning for EU, then casting 8 games tonight for NA. That's 16 games today. And then he's casting EU tomorrow morning for the official event on the TC channel. That's 6 more games. Then he's planning on doing NA as well. That's 6 more games. That's where are we at? That's 16 games plus 12 games. This guy's trying to cast 36, something like that, math games in 36 hours. It's 28 games in 36 hours is what I'm trying to say. Absurd. What a legend. I'm going to turn my light on real quick. You're going to be casterless for 10 seconds.
Abyssal hatchlings are spawning soon.
All right, baby, we're back. Game 4 bombing runs. We got golds in Scav Bay. BAP, of course, early on the drop here. It looks like it is LC showing up to contest, knowing they're very likely going to be going through here. What a better time to contest our top squad. Welcome back. We are just getting into it here. We got 3 teams fighting for gold. One of them being our brand new squad, Sad here.
Oh, no.
Looking to duke out LC and BAP.
LC are so mean. This is the 2nd game in a row they're fighting against that. BDE getting eliminated first here in game 4 from first place. The first eliminated 4th game. It shouldn't matter. They should still be guaranteed the top 6, but this does open up the floodgates for some of these teams that might be struggling. Jan, HYD. They're able to win this game. They could snatch away a placement from BDE.
It's a little like that. That's almost the only thing you wanted to not do if you're BDE. But we saw beginning of last game how close they were to doing that as well. Like, they are not afraid to duke it out early. They do the same thing this game. It doesn't work out this time. They are going to go out at 12th. So from 1st to 12th, like, hopefully, like you say, it's enough to get them through, but maybe giving some hope to these other squads.
Squaw attempted that fight at the Abyssal. They actually get it, so they got the levels. TLD could not steal that away from Squaw, but they have SVA level 3s. Do they decide to go for the fight against them or for Squaw? They'd like to get those levels, but they are getting chipped at. And now that Phenom has to dash back to join the rest of the team, they're up on their hill. They stare down SVA, and seeing the level 3s, a little bit of an easier target than the 6s they saw on Squaw. They almost attempt that, but instead, they're going to relent and wait to farm up and get those level 6s themselves.
Fighting continuing to the southwest here. Ban all really low health, but the same thing on the side of Hydras. It is going to be Pensato going down 2 left, it looks like. No, it's just City left on the retreat here. The full force of Ban running him down. All of a sudden, a couple of our top squads going to get punished here very early on.
Yeah, City. Oh, this is tragic as well because this is a team they could have taken advantage of BDE getting eliminated first, but unfortunately for them, Ban did not give them that angle, eliminating them. So their rivalry team in Ban, unfortunately, denying HYD that early access into the finals.
You love to see the friend groups duking it out there for all the honor, just the full commit. It is going to end in the BDE wipe, unfortunately. Ban looking impressively strong.
Sad. Okay, I know they're only level 3 and 2 and 4 here, but Mercury being played now. Adanianis is swapping it up to Nyx as well. You know what? They're winning me over.
They're already in 10th, bro. They're working it.
I don't even think if they win this game. I don't even think if they win this game, they get into the finals right away. There is always
if they
hope.
win this game, they're champions in my heart forever.
they're instead of the people's champions, they're the Zikrit champions. Oh no!
The caster champions. No!
Oh! Right on the bottom grounds, and now the barrels. Uh-oh.
Oh, this is the literal worst spot. Dude. That is like the most unfortunate spot you could ever find yourself, especially against BAP just running you down.
My heart goes out to them. My heart goes out to them.
Wait, he's back.
He's back, and he's gone just as fast as he's back, and now running into the wall. Ben. That is going to be a couple of magic mortars onto their position, but even with the Cinnabar cocktail, doesn't have enough time to heal up. It's all onto the back of Squishy. This lone Felix out in the world to explore and try to save the team, but back at the heart, Cow, take out Go Roy, and they're getting damage on it to a Selfie. Easy pickings for Cow as they are feasting well. Only Dylan PH is left on another Mercury, another player playing their Hunter, but Dylan, it is not looking good because the different Dylan is hunting you down. Only one can there be. And it seems that, at least for now, one Dylan has stopped the chase.
And it looks like RTK wants to finish off Imposter Dylan here. Gua trying to show that their Dylan is the real Dylan. Does get caught by the Nyx R&B. Really rough spot. So Squaw out at 10th. Like for some really kind of upset early wipes here.
Yeah, and for a lot of these teams, for placements, yes, they have another chance, but you'd like to have that early ticket into the finals, not have to worry about the next games, and having an early exit in our final game might mean that they have to play another set of 4. Sad. It is feeling sad for them. Adanianis chased down again, down to only Squishy. This Felix hoping to save the team once more, but where do you go from here? You've already used one respawn. The heart, I guess, is accessible, but it is looking risky for them. While LC, SVA, TLD, a lot of damage on a toilet, and LC, as they have been scattered, Jetski trying to run away. He's able to get the dunk on to Lemur, beating out the Brawl duel. While SVA, they are still alive, holding on. And with Vlad's tempting fate, might want to chase down SVA.
Yeah, SVA finding a nice little fight there. They are going to get a pick at the end of it with the 3-way battle. TLD now back at full force. Do have a couple levels. Looks like they are wanting to hunt here. Lemur on the Sky Shark trying to run down. Nice route though.
Nice route, but Lemur is able to disembark and look for another fight. Sad, eliminated off screen. Squishy couldn't find another respawn. No more lives for them. They will have 4 more games, though, that they can play. But TLD, looking at SVA, and SVA, if they're able to beat TLD, who knows where their hopes can take them from here. But it is going to be a difficult battle as they have already been separated. Trying to pick up the Wisp, but Miss Kate couldn't bring him back. Oh, no, actually does get Flint back.
Yeah.
But they have been separated. Bell in the wrong direction. Laws hunting down Celeste and just needs one more empowered auto to land. But with that bombing run, Bell, that is tragedy.
That is a tragic bombing run. That's how anytime you're playing in bombing runs, dude, they just always come into the worst time like that. Proto, Tonk out, trying to run from the full force of BAP. Looks like they are going to call off the chase here, not wanting to overcommit. Tsunami has some intel in bush. BAP really ahead of things, though. Level 9, 10, gold armors online in just night 2 here. A lot of teams actually, like, with the kind of circle changes, harder to play around that XP turnover.
Another route, this time Micah landing it, sending Cow flying, but RTK is going to be perfectly fine. Jetstream and Rings to work with. Jan, one of these other teams that we kind of have to keep our eyes out for, because if they are able to place well, maybe even win this game, could guarantee that they get into finals. Yeah, I know. I knew what you were looking for. There was the TP'd heart. Guess what? The ban strategy, again. I don't know. Was that ban actually TPing that one? They're far away from it.
It might have been someone else looking to opt into the good times of the heart play. SVA gonna be able to recover on this train res. Might be either BAP or LC who are kind of positioned around this angle, looking to take a note out of the ban handbook here.
But ban, they have played that heart play for many a game, so I'm expecting to see them continue to be successful with that. But SVA, as they res on the train, now fight against Jan. But with gray armors, Flint was easy pickings and blasting him back. A nice air blast, trying to defend the team.
Nice.
Bringing back up Flint again, dodging away from the pole, but Bell taking a little bit too much damage as they try to see if they can thwart Jan's aggression. But aggression is going to continue to chase them down. Second win, healing him back up, picking up the Wisp again. This game absolutely playing out of their mind on the bunny. From one animal to another. Miss Kate always playing well on them.
Yeah, we're very much familiar with Miss Kate on the Felix, converting from the Fox to the Bunny here. Flint's going to go down, trying to play maybe for one more push in. They are going to call it off as they see full force of BAP showing up. Huge level advantage here, Magical.
That's why Miss Kate's failing. Bell, you're on your own. You have to get out of this one off of your own merits while Jan fight back against BAP. Rings, Jetstream, enough time for Jing to get back into the circle and survive. I see that TP this time. It is definitely Micah TPing that hard, waiting out the timer, waiting for someone to fall into the honey trap. But nobody gonna fall for it just yet. Micah, there it is!
Dude,
the air blast Micah play! Way too clean!
Too clean!
You never, ever doubt Micah and finding those angles.
I was like, dude, I actually can't look away from this because I think he's going to get a kill, and just instantly beautifully lined up. They have no idea the other end of that TP is there or the heart is anywhere around.
But they will use the heart to actually bring back up the one that did fall. So BAP not going to be that beaten up over the play. But Cow going to try to take advantage of TLD and LC already trading blows. But Jetski, as he got stomped down by Phenom, unstoppable glitch mode. Reap trying to drag back in Dylan, but looking for any of them. With the golden armor on RTK, Lodge was an easy target. Now glitch mode for RTK. But Jan, they couldn't enter this fight as well. But looking at how TLD are already separating Nyx v Nyx battle, neither of them in glitch mode anymore. A nice Reap trying to see if it can send them flying. They've got the grounded onto Dylan, but Phenom by themselves, pulled in by another Reap. Broken armor, trying to see if he can outplay it. So close, just needs one more hit, but Diamond says hell no. No outplays for Phenom.
Yeah, like really close fights actually going on all day today, but especially in these last few matches with NA, we've seen such kind of close battles back and forth.
Yeah.
SVA now posturing against Cow. Bombing run going to split the fight. Look at this level 8s and 9s Magical versus 12, 13 on the side of Cow.
It feels so bad for SVA because they've been scrapping their way back in the game over and over again so many times. Misgate's been able to snatch the Wisp away, bring back up the team, and even with respawn beacons that they've used many a time, it just hasn't been enough for them to find a strong enough foothold. If they can find one pick, one good play against any of these top teams, they can immediately bounce back. But unfortunately, they're dealing with those level 12s, and Bell feels the might while BAP, they watch. They're spectators for it in this one, waiting for the chase over the abyss. Flint is by themselves with the chains connected, and SVA will be taken down by Cal.
The Dictator has dropped the Oath Shield, opted into Caldera, the Molten Greatsword, back on the brawl for Dylan here, looking a little angrier than on the Oath. They're going to find the full squad wipe onto SVA, putting us to 7 squads left in our final game of our first set here for the North America qualifiers.
QA, one of those teams on the outskirts at the moment. Great double surge from the Legend, showing off those dual mechanics, even with the Thunderstorm. Didn't want to crash the lightning twice onto Cal, letting him get out, but a nice B-bomb onto RTK. Protofo taking quite the chunk out of Cal.
Yeah, and QA, one of these teams we haven't seen get super deep yet in like to the final 3 of a match, but looking pretty dang strong here. They do have the Songbow on the Legend. It's Wubby Bay on the Carbine with Ducks. Oh, action happening nearby. It's LC getting wiped by... Ooh, where did that even happen?
Not sure, actually, but I do see a respawn beacon already being channeled here with the B-bomb, and I don't see the heart anymore for Micah, nor do I see any shops for them to grab up those 2-way teleporters, so unfortunately had to leave the heart back. Now that one strategy ban have been able to successfully utilize against many a team. This time around, it is just going to be them utilizing the Bebo tech from Protofo to make sure they have their own built land.
Yeah, and look at, like, this is just such an experience thing. You saw ban pathing here. They instantly are afraid someone's in bush holding this land already. Like, that's the kind of experience spider sense that gives your team an advantage. Because instead of, like, riding into this potential spike situation, they're playing in slow from the right. Probably going to find themselves in a third-party opportunity here.
RTK, it was a nice reap into that brush, exactly as you kind of talked about. And that is the nice thing about it. Kingpin and now Nyx. They can kind of scope out some of those brushes and see if there's anybody in there. Notice that there is someone there, especially with there being 2 money trees on the ground. We're like, yeah, probably likely there's a team already on this land and inside one of these bushes. So Jan down Jang, just waiting out the storm and waiting out time because they are playing for placement to make sure they get into that top 6. I see Cow. They had the crown, and now they're back on their feet fighting against BAP, pushing him into the storm. And with Pine gone, damage onto Height, already taking the change to try to get away. But that's running up towards TLD. TLD, LC, TLD, QA are up in the north, so you got to be careful. Oh, it does seem that TLD are actually going to path the other way with QA already towards the eastern part of the circle. Cow, instead, going to grab away the base camp from BAP.
Yeah, and Pine thought they had the angle there. They caught him on shop. Now Spade's going to be the one caught here. Nice back-to-back picks for Cow against BAP. First time it was Pine going a little too aggro with the portal, getting forced into Storm. This time it's Spades getting caught behind. TLD is here, though.
TLD finally to intervene onto Amorius, but with Phenom a little bit too aggressive without the rest of the teams. Verdict's Fury chasing down Laws. TLD sent soaring over the abyss. There are respawn beacons inside of the circle that have been TP'd all over the place, so they can fight for that, but it is going to be a fight to make sure to bring back up their Nyx.
Cow is cooking, man. So back-to-back really nice fights and opportunities. It's going to leave him in a position where with this bombing run, they kind of have Amorius isolated. They are going to get those orbs of life and the beacon online here. Fighting continuing with TLD, running into Ban on this island. All of a sudden, Magical, it's just Lods left.
Lods, the new player for TLD. They've been playing with him quite some time now, and now he's got to bring back up the team. Respawn beacon. It's going to summon the hordes, though. Oh, wait, no, they've already used that respawn beacon, so they don't have access to that. And Cow playing aggressively because they saw the shock trap drone, so they know that there's got to be someone there in QA where the team fishing for Lods. But Lods has been able to sneak his way through while Despy wearing that crown. The TPs, the recalls from Dylan onto Jan's position. Despy and Mirror Visual running into QA, who steal away the crown. It was RTK snatching that off the head of Despy, so only Mirror Visual is left. Jan are still playing for that placement, and Mirror Visual has to survive for quite some time if they want to get top 6 for the team.
Yeah, it's going to be a rough angle here for Miri. Got to pull off a miracle to make it happen. Definitely a chance still, though. We see Cal kind of on a tear. Level 15s across the board. RTK on that fully evolved armor. Definitely our squad to look out for in our final match here. Looking very strong, but look at these double exotic perks on the side of BAP. looking very strong themselves with 2 of those golds still online. So a lot of power remains in the lobby. TLD's power crushed here, as it's just going to be Lods left hiding in bush.
Lods, Mirror Vigil, the remaining hope for each of their team. But TLD, they already know they are getting into the finals. They've been doing so good today. 6th place finish, not going to be the worst thing in other stations from Lods, but waiting out the timer. Cow eating up that team and eating up TLD. For Jan, they're going to be happy about that. That gets them another placement higher and waiting for the circle that is going to force them eventually, but nobody the wiser to their position.
Amiri just loves to see that, just hanging out in bush. No way, still hasn't gotten found out. Finally, the face steal chains connect. Going to be really rough here. Misses the dunk though. But the snipe from Diamond.
Diamond don't miss those snipes though, landing those arrows. So Jan, unfortunately for them, I'm pretty sure they will have to play in the next 4 games along with HYT. 2 teams that we expect great things from, but struggling so far in these first 4 qualifiers. QA, another one of those teams that is playing for placement and playing to make sure they get into the top 6. If they can win this game, they can guarantee their spot. Legend, Wubby Bay, both of them over the abyss. They've been able to get one, and there's going to be another snipe from Diamond. Absolutely on point with Myth. While Ben go to the north, Wubby Bay holds onto the E-plat. Nova Orb will force him off his platform, but holding on hope for QA. Again, if they can win this, if they can even get a top 2 finish, they could guarantee themselves into the finals.
Yeah, so we basically left in a situation with 4 squads left, only 2 at full force though. It's Bap and Cow looking at each other, holding the central land. Ban make their way up to the north, missing Tsunami on the Tetra. And for QA, it is just the level 12 carbine here for the side of Wubby. Gonna have to get really creative. There's 2 crowns right on Bap's island, but gonna be a really tough play here.
Bombing run right behind that of Cow, fighting against Bap, trading blow for blow, waiting for the reap, nothing to be seen. Cow, they've scared away Bap, and Bap this time, they're the team with the TP. Band have picked up the crown right away from Cow. They have that base camp control from the B-bomb, but now they're on the run as Cow. I've heard that there's the team above them. See the crown on the bunny. Gonna be a target they'd like to take down pretty easily, but having these ledges that are created by Protofo, allowing them this moment of time to wrap around that of Cow, not even trying to interact with any team, while Wubby Bay utilizing the rings to stay afloat.
Yeah, Wubby doing a nice job just buying some time down here. I think multiple teams kind of know he's here from the sound pings, but not getting committed on yet. Everyone being a little cautious of the other teams nearby. Ban, I think, are really hard to push. Like, even with just 2 members and this crown, like the way you can play off the Bebo Ice like they're doing and the Micah Munch Air Blast, like one of these teams is going to have to commit hard for that squad wipe. It's going to leave the other one to be there for the third party. So neither Bap nor Cow wanting to opt into that. And we see them not even overcommitting to the single carbine down here.
Uh-oh, but look at that damage that Diamond did, and that opens up Bap to take the kill. So QA, 4th place finish. Not sure if that's going to be enough for them to move on. A nice snipe from Pine. Bye-bye, crown. Ban holding on. They're going to be fine. Cow.
Here we go.
This is their fight against Bap. They know there's no crown to worry about anymore. Fierce Blood has been popped by Spades, but not getting enough damage, while RTK separating the battle, and now it's going to be intervening on behalf of Cow to make sure that Spades is taken down. Well, it is still Bap, Height, and Pine, the 2 that are now playing with one another with their backs to the tracks, looking for Height, but that Tog that dragged them out. Protofo has died for it, almost dragged out Heights as well, but they brought back Height. I took down a Height, but brought back Spade. 2v3. Cow putting down the chains with broken armor, but guess what? They can still battle back. It's going to be Pine taken out up the Spade with the golden armor, but Reap is there for Cow to take our 4th game of the qualifiers.
That was just a beautiful kind of textbook game from Cow. I feel like start to finish, just we saw him hunting in earlier games, but this game, like, not over committing for anything. Like, even in that final 4, not over pushing the single carbine left, not over pushing the, you know, Bonnie Bebo out in the abyss, just waiting for the opportunity, knowing that BAP is full force waiting for the third party themselves. And they are the ones that ship it in over the top onto BAP after that engage with Ban to the left. So just like a really kind of calculated final 4 there, works out beautifully for the side of Cow, and they find themselves with the game 4 W. Let's go.
So I have an announcement for us with this. And we did get scores. Valerio did post it in the chat beforehand, but I didn't get to take a look at it before we went into Game 4. LC were well ahead of everyone going into Game 4 at 81 points. TLD behind them at 72. But BAP, BDE, Ban, and Cow were all within 2 points of one another. 49 for BAP, 48 for BDE and Ban, and 47 for Cow. But there's quite the gap between 6th place to 7th place. Squall, the team at 7th place at only 14 points. QA, HYD, both of them having 13 points. So QA, they had to win that game if they wanted to snatch away a place and get into the top 6. So I feel like we know our top 6, regardless of BDE being the first team eliminated in that game or not. There's just too much of a gap between them. And without victory for any of our bottom 6 teams, unfortunately for them, they will have to play in the next set of 4.
Yeah, and we find ourselves in a situation where we're coming into the back half of North America qualifiers, like Magical's alluding to, 6 teams through, and it's going to be now like just a bloodbath here. I think this back half, like the second set, we're going to see all the teams that weren't able to get through coming up against teams that lost the roll on the wheel and have just one shot of making it through. And it's going to be just like extremely tense here, I think, for the next set of 4 games, Magical, because it's like basically everything on the line to get in here.
And for some of our teams that we expect great things from, Jant, HYD, they're going to feel a lot of pressure going into this. Yes, they have these other 4 games. All they have to do is do well in a few of them, and they should guarantee that they go on into the finals. But this now opens up teams such as Squall that we were hyping up before, SVA, that we know are kind of on that precipice of the tier 2, tier 3, right there in the middle, or even other teams that are going to be newer to the fields that we've seen these players before, but how are they going to do together? Like LNF, that's Decron's team with Squid and Verky, since Logic is going to be casting with us tomorrow. They have swapped in Squid for Logic, and I'm curious to see how they're going to perform, especially up against these other teams that we were just talking about.
Yeah, 100%. I'm just trying to figure out real quick here what I need to do.
Here we go.
To get the other teams in.
Yeah, you do that. We have time. So we do have, like, I think 11 minutes until we were planning on starting the next set anyways. But this gives me time to look at the final scoreboards for our first set of qualifiers in NA. Okay, let's zoom in on that. And I'll show everyone on stream here. Give me a second while I get this all set up. Alrighty, so as expected, you did not see any of these teams that were outside of the top 6 after 3 games make their way through, but after 4 games, 12th place, sad. They picked up 2 points for themselves.
Hey, on the board.
Exactly, they're on the board. No shout out for them. SVA at 11th place with 11 points. Right above them, Hydra, 13 points, 10th place. Squaw in 9th place at 15. Jan at 8th place with 17. QA, top 4 finish in Game 4, but not enough points gained. 27 points out at 7th place. BDE, that victory they got in Game 3, saving their butts as they got eliminated first in Game 4. 6th place with 48 points. Above them is BAP at 72 points. 5th place Ban are in 4th place at 73 points. TLD slide down to 3rd place, 83 points. LC, they actually slide down to 2nd place. Cow managed to get 1st place out of the 4 games at 91 points. LC were at 88. So congratulations to our top 6 teams moving on into the finals. Cow, Last Chance, The Last Door, Band, BAP, and BDE. They have moved on and will play in Saturday Night Supervive. They will play in the Turbo Cup tomorrow.
Let's go. Huge. Congrats, everyone making it through. $2,500 on the line rolling into tomorrow. The biggest cash prize we've seen, not only for a single tournament, but it's happening in both regions, Magical.
Yes.
So $5,000 to play for over the course of tomorrow. Just like I can literally cannot
Right.
wait, bro. I'm
It
so
is
excited.
amazing. But we got amazing stuff here that we are doing for Supervive, making sure we get those W Supervives for everybody and everyone trying to pick up their games. But we are waiting now for our next lobby. Our next set of teams will have playing for us. So we already know that it's QA, Jan, Squall, HYD, SPA, and SAD. They'll be joined up with newcomers here, the Berserkers BZK. We'll be playing with them. SSR, Swing Set Street Representatives, a team actually I made out of a bunch of players that were looking for a team. So we're able to put together another team. LNF, Necron, Squid, Verky we talked about before. Dog, Archangels, not Archangels, Archangels, and TGE, a team that signed up last minute. Toxic Gaming Esports. Bunch of new players, so I'm really excited. Them and Sad Boys, one of those teams with a bunch of newer players here playing in competitive. I'm always excited. I always root for these kind of players because it is tough to jump into something like this when you already are going up against such experienced players to play, knowing these games are going to be streamed and say, hey, we're still going to try. We might not be the best, but we will work our way and try to get there one day.
Hell yeah. Dude, I think it's a perfect time. We get a quick window here as the lobby's filling up, guys. We're going to get a quick AFK as the caster crew. Everyone can take a couple minutes, buy a water, and we will rendezvous back here in a couple minutes.
I guess I don't have a BRB screen for my own stream. It's okay. I'm not going.
Hey, we go. Just leave it on the,
Yeah, well,
the good-looking frame.
It doesn't matter. It's, I already got my tea. I might make another cup of tea again, anyways. But it's on my stream, so we're a little bit more lax in this one. It's a little bit more.
Yeah,
casual.
we're chilling. Tomorrow's the real deal.
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
just getting everything.
Yes, you can speak.
Yo, what's up, Larry?
Just double checking my picks, the pick rates for game 3. I seem to have mistakenly added an Eva pick for some reason.
It's okay.
Is it because game 3 I was Eva as spectator?
No, I think I might have I just mistyped it.
Gotcha. I will be RB real quick. Dude, thank you, Ilario, for statting for us today, bro. Really appreciate
Oh
it.
yeah, I'm happy to help.
Yeah.
How are the games, guys? How are the games?
Going good. How you feeling?
Loki still have the giggles from that one win. Just a silly game.
That was very silly. I was very much enjoying it though.
It's like we're just oh my god.
Hey, sometimes those silly wins are more fun, right?
Also, I think this was fun. I don't know if you guys pointed this out, but of all the teams that won today, and all the teams in the top 6, TLD and BAP were the only teams that didn't win.
That is true. We didn't mention that. Those two teams. Yet they still placed second. Oh no, third actually, third and fifth. So losing that on to Cow, who stole that away from them, taking first place after the first 4.
It just shows that they're really good teams and they're consistent.
I will say too, a lot of these teams will get gimped once bans kick through, and I think that TLD and BAP are the ones that suffer the least from that.
This is true, but it also is dependent on which hunters get banned. Like we saw for HYD, they got really punished in Vive Camp because sadly for them, there's that 3-way tie where Zeph ended up being the ban after we rolled the dice to see who joined the bench. And so they got hit pretty hard, but it's always dependent, right? On which hunter ends up getting banned.
Did you guys hear that the Tetra KP interaction was fixed from anywhere, or is it still banned?
I don't think I've been told it's not banned.
It's still
I've been
banned.
told. Is it?
Still banned? Okay. It should still be
It hasn't
banned.
been tested enough. So
Me and Despy tested it. It's like it's not the same, but it's really similar. So if a team intentionally does it, it is still very easy to intentionally do.
Is that the pull, like the pull and mid pull?
Dump below the ground.
Yeah,
Below the ground, yeah.
Okay.
So if So to get it to work, Tetra can do it no matter the distance, the same, because of the way her LMB works. Any other dunker, if they are close to KP, it will not dunk through the floor. Because the way it works now is that when somebody gets reeled in close to KP, they automatically get pulled up. Whereas before, if they had enough momentum, they would get knocked below KP anyways. So what will happen sometimes is someone will get dunked early. They'll go underground, and then they'll get like flung back into the KP on ground level. So it's like for most dunkers. So for anyone that's not Tetra, it's a lot harder to do, roughly. So I don't, and the reason why I bring it up today is because I saw that no one's playing KP plus another dunker, so I don't know if we would allow it or not. It's up to you guys.
All right, so I have been told that we need to have a long claw emote for the channel, so I'll make that after stream.
Okay, that was Jemmy, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's Jemmy, Parkinja, Misfits is even in on this. We're making a long claw emote.
At least they're not saying happy birthday anymore.
Happy birthday, Tsunami.
Oh man.
You can't just.
I don't know if you guys saw, but we ran down Pensado's team one game. I think it was no. It was yeah, it was Pensado's. Pensado, Montrez, and City. And I had flashbacks to one of the scrim games. They were like there was one time, I think it was GCR chased them from Heart, but the storm was in the top of Mage Bog, like the edge of Storm. And then we did something like super similar in game 4.
Yo, real quick, could someone help me? Hold on. Could someone help me figure out who to rename what, please?
Oh yeah. I'll let you guys deal with that while I go.
Oh yeah, here, I'll give it to you, Jang.
Okay.
Promote to leader. There we go.
Okay, so to clarify, tomorrow's is tomorrow like official like with Shivam and stuff? Any confirmers?
I know you're like so quiet for me, Tsunami. I'm gonna turn you up. Oh, I had you turned down a little bit for some reason. There we go.
That was really loud at one point. Is tomorrow like the official like with Shivam full production?
Yeah. It'll be EU morning, NA night, 6 games each with Shiv on production the whole time.
Okay, because Kaya asked me to spectate EU for tomorrow, so she doesn't die.
Gotcha.
So I just wanted to. So I don't know if you need to like put that in the channel or something to pass the word, or if I'll just ping Shivam later.
Okay, yeah. I have it mentally noted here. I'm not sure exactly where to put it, but yeah, we'll let Shivam know.
And then I think I'm the only observer then for yeah, I think. And you guys have 2 casters. It'll be Samiri and Magical.
Yeah, I think right now it's slotted for Samiri and Magical for EU, and then me and Magical for NA, but we might need, if you're playing in NA, we might need to figure out observer situation, so we'll see you for NA.
Yeah, I'm playing, so.
Grats, by the way.
Unfortunately.
We were all rooting against you, but grats. No. We wanted our observer, you f***ed us? No.
This entire stream
Okay.
was the hate watch.
Gave you the owner back.
Okay, sick.
I'm just doing scores for my own.
So, there's 2 QAs. Wait, the first one, can you rename it to BZK?
Hey, I have a cat on my keyboard. Come on, bruh. Does anyone know our storm shift here?
Sweet.
Is it the
It
same as,
is.
tree?
No, it's so bullet train follow the same cross country. It is unstable portals. I'll post it for you.
Why can I not? I can't change the lobby options, bro. It's locked. Look at my screen.
Oh,
Did the lobby bug?
give me owner and leave, and then
Can't hear. Yeah, I gotta get past for a sec. I gotta deal with my cat. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, now I can import this. many games to tomorrow? Is it 6 or is it 8?
6 per region. Is it letting you change it, Chang?
No. Is Kaya? I'm gonna message Kaya.
Dude.
All right, so I'm back.
We're having the lobby menu might be bugged where it's not letting us change the storm shift. It's like grayed out.
Do we need to make a new lobby then?
Giving you your owner again?
Hey,
You
what's
tried?
up?
Oh, you're here.
Yeah,
Perfect.
try to
Yeah,
get-
it's
Ever
not letting
gotten the
me.
bug where you can't change the settings?
Try.
What if I try to rejoin the lobby since I was the original host? We'll see if it works that way.
Okay.
I'm launching the game right now.
Okay.
Just to clarify, I'm doing it you tomorrow, right?
Yes, if you
Yeah.
would, but if for whatever reason you're like not up, I will technically be around. I will just be getting off of work, like right when call time happens. So
Okay, I'll be there. I just wanted to clarify. I'll be there for 6 games.
All right. I'm making a long claw emote with a cowboy hat after stream today.
for Jemmy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here I am online.
I posted the pick rates for Group A.
Ooh. I'm gonna pop that really quick. I'll take a look.
All right, let's see if I can change it.
You can?
Oh no, I cannot change it.
Fuck.
Uh-oh.
Okay, we're just gonna have to remake.
Why is this not working?
Can you help me do that, Kaya? I'm super noob at this part of it.
No, it's okay. No worries. We'll just disband this really quick. Here, you take
If
leader
you
back.
remake it
I will
and
go
paste the
make a
code,
second
I
lobby.
can. Yeah, if you want to paste the code, I can do all the teams really quick.
No, it's okay. I do the teams fast as well.
Okay. Works for me.
Okay, we're just putting anonymous names on. Here, if you wanna update the code, I'll just DM you a new code really quick.
Sweet.
Alright, I'm gonna hop off.
All right.
Have fun with your cast, guys.
See you tomorrow.
Nice.
Yo, GG's, Sudani. Catch you, bro.
Alright, so lobby B is going to be.
This gives me time to eat a Pop Tart, so this is perfect.
Are we gonna just do like the bottom 6 is like the first 6 teams?
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
Okay. Oh my god, why is does it
Let me know when the code gets posted. I could put it in this chat too.
Okay. Yeah, I can do it too. Here you go.
Where does this live in the Discord? Like, where are players supposed to find that?
in the check-in?
So yeah, go to check-in. It's a forum thing under NA Players Lounge.
I just like so I can tell the lobby where to go to find the code.
Yeah. So you go to check-in and then group B check-in. So all the players have it. So
Yeah.
when I ping them, it auto joins them to the forum.
Nice. There we go.
Check-in.
I see it depopulating, so it's looking good.
Do you want the role, Zikrick? That would make it easier. Just like when we ping the captains or something. Then you can
Like,
see
yeah,
it.
I need anything that would give me information that's
Yeah, for
relevant
sure.
would be useful.
Okay. And then
Okay,
I'll
it's
give
remade.
Kaya the thing. Sweet. There you go.
What was the storm shift that we're starting with on this one? It was bullet trains, right?
Get through.
Unstable portals.
Unstable.
Yeah, game 2 is bullet train.
Okay. Alright, there. There, now it's all set up for you, Zik.
Thank you so much, Kaya. Appreciate you.
Kyle the legend.
Thank you.
I have no idea. I've never seen that bug before. That's a new one.
That is definitely a new one. I haven't seen that either.
Okie dokie. Good night, guys. I will see you later.
Good
See
night,
you later.
Kaya.
Get some rest.
Yes, you guys too. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye bye.
My dog is staring at me right now as I eat this puff cart.
My cat just gave up on me finally.
Oh yeah. Darbo no longer bugging you.
Surrendered.
There, it'll be 3 minutes delayed, but I'll show you my dog. It's just, you know you're on camera, don't you? That's why you lift it up. You're no longer begging. She's a silly dog.
Okay. You got everyone?
Are we ready?
Yes, I am doing
Nice.
28 games in 36 hours.
Perfect. Thank you guys for.
Yo, Logic! Logic's gonna be joining us for tomorrow for NA. That's gonna be exciting. Let's see how the finals will be. As well, EU is gonna be really hype. I mean, that competition is stiff. Like, it is gonna be neck and neck. Oh, hi, dog. Dog's just being so silly. She acts like I never pay any attention to her. Alrighty. Looks like we are getting ready for game 1 of our second lobby for qualifiers. As this is now the do or die. Our second chance for some, our only chance for others. Zick, I am excited to see how these teams are going to compete with one another. Just because there's going to be a lot of pressure to perform for some of these teams. They would not want to go home so early. Not when so much money is on the line for the first time in Supervive history.
Dude, actually, like, and this specifically, like, so much on the line here. Because you think about a 4-game set, it's like, we were talking about it a sec earlier, it's do or die. Like, game 1, match 1 here, every single match matters so much. You have to go top 6 in this lobby if you want a shot at any money at all. And one misstep, one bad game is enough to derail your chances for the top 6 across a 4-game set. So we are going to see heated action dropping into the breach here for game 1, set 2 North America qualifiers for the Turbo Cup. Let's freaking go.
Saturday night Supervive on a Friday night. I love it. I am ready. As we got a lot going on for this one. I'm excited to see how these teams will stack up. I'm also excited because we have a lot of new faces that are going to be joining us. Oops, wrong one. Gotta be seeing a lot of teams that we haven't seen before. Looking at SSR, BZK, we have TGE, ARK, DOJ, some of these teams that we haven't seen before. We know some of the players, like that of Dogs. I'm excited to see how they will compete with those that are coming in from the last set of qualifiers. I'd like to snatch away a spot from those teams, especially now we look at our drop. Wow, this is an unusual drop, pulling us way to the west, and the drop itself from Dawn Caps only to Imotech.
Bro, this is a sketchy drop. There is going to be a lot out over gold. We see 3, 4 hitting down, 5 actually hitting down for our gold armors in Imo. And this is going to be a little like, the skill level is going to be close here.
There are 5 teams that have dropped in Imotech. It is madness, bedlam, chaos, pandemonium. Sad. Gonna be the team that is sad. They join. No glad as Adenius had to get some health back, but now Squall deciding whether they want to go for the fight and others or if they want to eliminate a team. Sad is going to be what they opt for, eliminated on day 1.
You got to give the nod of respect again to Sad, though, who made it into our last lobby, did their very best, not afraid at all to just instantly drop hot against every other squad on the map here. Magical Squall dominating Pinsato, huge
Pinsato, huge! And now Squall, they are the team that are on the run after eliminating Sad. Selfie trying to go for the 360 no scopes, but it's going to be them that gets no scope by matches, only having one left for Squall SVA. One of our other teams, Jan, being our 5th team, like we said before, 5 whole teams dropped at Imotech. But SVA and Jan, the last ones, the trade blows. Flint already picking up the gold, healing back up, putting the shock trap drone down on it to Jang, getting some. Oh no!
There was a crash. A player pinged like about a minute and a half ago. I just wanted to let you know.
Like, do you guys think like it's worth restarting the game for a single crash? Like after, like that's such a crazy start.
They cannot rejoin.
If they can't rejoin, then we can't.
Like,
yeah, if they can't rejoin, then that's
like,
it's unfortunate.
That's why, yeah, like it's one of the things. I know. I'm sorry. It really sucks, but like, yeah, when you're observer and you're hosting the lobby, you have to pay attention for if there is somebody.
I mean, like, yeah, I just need to be told where to navigate in the Discord structure. I'm asked to cast, spectate at the same time. Like, I need someone telling me.
Yeah, I didn't see the ping either. So that.
Like, you guys are asking me to restart the lobby here?
Yeah, restart.
That's rough, man. It's really rough.
That is really rough. That is really rough.
I'm sorry. That's why I came to join, because I figured you just didn't see it. That's why I came to let you know.
Because Zik can't.
Like, I need to ask for it. I need to explicitly ask for help here, guys. I cannot cast, run the lobby, and observe and monitor pings. Like, it's just way too much.
That's why Zik can't be expected to do all that. So, is Tsunani still around?
I don't know. I'll DM him.
Because if Tsunani's still around, we can at least have him like hang out to look for these kind of crashes. So that way, it's like. He can do what you did just now, Kaya, and join the call instead, because it is very difficult. Because I'm also trying to like do producing while where I'm watching chat. I'm watching.
I'm like winding down for bed, but I'm still gonna be up for like another hour and a half. So if it happens again, I'll just join and let you guys know again.
Okay. Yeah, just.
I'll keep an eye on the chat. It's
because unfortunately for today, with only being the skeleton crew for qualifiers, there's a lot that is. That people are doing. They're juggling a lot of different eggs and trying to make it so that all works. So, like I said, I don't like Zik can't be expected to see that because it's just he's got to cast, he's got to observe. Yeah,
I've been in his shoes before. I get it. I know it's hard.
Yeah. So, all right, that is unfortunate.
But yeah, I'll pay attention to the chat for you guys, and I will join in case there is a thing. I also. Yeah, I'll just join the VC if it happens.
It'll be a lot easier because I'm watching chat, I'm watching watching the games at the same time, and so Zik is also observing and casting at the same time. So it's okay. Shit happens. At least it's happening in the quals and not in the finals.
You are the drop leader.
All right, we'll try again here, going into. Game 1, it's reset. We push and hold the reset button here, Zik. Are you pushing and holding with me?
Yeah, hold on. Let me mute and push. Hold on.
Yeah. Push, hold, reset. All right, let go.
Oh, wait, I unmuted. Okay, I'm good.
We're back. Let's go. It is game 1. Even if it's the second time for it, it is the last chance for teams to make it into the finals. 6 teams from the last lobby, 6 new faces joining them and trying to compete for those spots. And it's going to be all up on the line. Curious to see how this drop is going to look for our first game. If it's going to be quite as chaotic as the last one, or if we'll have something a little bit more normalized. Unstable portals, our first storm shift. So let's see how it is looking right now.
Let's go, baby. Reset button press. That was such a spicy gold drop. Hopefully we got a repeat here. And I'm I think like, you know, warm up game. It's a quick 1 minute warm up for those that didn't get to play the first set. Because it was something I was going to mention about this like kind of first match here is we have basically half the lobby warmed up over 4 games, but maybe entering a little bit of that fatigue state.
Yeah.
And then we also have the other half of the lobby coming in fresh, probably like hopefully warmed up on their own a little bit. But it's going to be a bit of a clash of dynamics here.
Right.
So we make our way out to our next shot at Unstable Portals game 1.
And that's going to be the big thing, is that for some teams, they're going to kind of feel that those last 4, it gave them the warm-up, it gave them the reps, but it also, as you said, can play into fatigue, but it also can play into maybe a little bit of mental, because losing out and having to play 4 more games to qualify into the finals can be draining in itself. That's a lot of pressure you are putting onto these players, onto these teams, now to step up in these games and make sure they claim their spot in the finals.
Yeah, and not quite as spicy over golds. We do see a couple teams looking at each other. It looks like LNF snagging 2 of the golds right off the bat. It's Squad down here as well. DTF already chipped out a bit, but Dylan has one in hand.
LNF engaging early, getting a lot of damage, but now Squaw, as they've taken down Verky, Dekron couldn't back him up, and instead they're going to be the team that is on the run. And no, Dekron saying, hell no, I'm still looking for the fight against Dylan, reaping that kill, looking for Dylan. The fan to blast him away. The Nyx v Nyx battle, as one Dylan has been able to escape, hopping onto the Sky Shark and stealing that from Dekron.
Yeah, all of a sudden, Dekron finds himself last member left, probably going to get ran down now by the Sky Shark with the enemy. Ew. No! Oh, he gets it! Wow, he able to interact after he gets bumped by the Shark. Actually going to come in clutch because Dylan's about to run out of fuel. Dekron, big escape. Let's go.
And so the rest of Squaw will decide to farm out at both Scav Bay and the Machine, getting them in a good position while Dekron gets out of their Sky Shark in hand under their angle. No other team is here, so they have a lot of farm they can gain. It's not going to be the worst thing for LNF.
Plenty of time, and look at how spread the rest of the map is compared to our start. In the last one, it's like way more space for everyone to play with. A much kind of cleaner drop over the middle of the map. Going to leave everyone kind of in their own biome to farm it up here, make their way into night 1. And we see a couple teams kind of posturing for the same angles, looking like Sad maybe want to catch Berserk on their way in, but it looks like they're going to be just fine here.
The only team that really is going to benefit from that last reset is Sad. Another chance at life, no hot drop this time around, but they aren't in the best position still, separated in that fight. The Berserkers kind of have a good position against them. Looking at our other teams, Squaw, having been in Scav Bay, only double golds though, as one was for Dekron, having snatched that, but a Primal Slam immediately destroying the gold pristine armor that was picked up by LNF, and now they're down to only 1 player, managing an escape. A Squaw in a great position as they continue to punish LNF.
Yeah, looking very strong here, actually, with now the 2 level 7s online with the gold armor. They're going to be able to wield those ults in their next battle. Someone escaping on the Sky Shark. Meanwhile, ults online for SVA down here in Coldfang.
SVA, SSR, Sunfish looking for the pull, but taking a little bit too much of the heat himself, trying to see if he can blast backwards, but Bell in hot pursuit, getting a lot of damage onto Sunfish, but then taking a lot of damage themselves. No Flux Snare landing. And instead, it's Azad the Valk going aggressively. Now the body block, but they have put themselves in the spot, and SSR are immediately wiped by SVA.
Dude, the turnaround there, it looked like it was kind of close, and then all of a sudden, all 3 members just getting popped all at once. Beautiful fight from SVA, going to send our first team back to the lobby screen here.
It feels bad for SSR, one of our teams that we created for this event, so we had more teams playing, but they'll have to wait for game 2. Well, Jan, a team we expect great things from, already been put on the run, already losing Mirror Visual, so they will use that respawn beacon to bring them back for another fight, while Berserkers and Arc Anon a little bit too far, and it's an easy pickup on that Wisp for them to be able to stomp that kill for Anointed.
Yeah, and it looks like we have Berserk, who we saw making their way in down their Bebo. It's just Kranos and Recursive looking for a res angle. Fighting continuing down in Coldfang. 3 squads remain down here. SVA having a
good fight, being able to resurrect, but that Fusillon from Matches, the Shiv we've talked about before, a nice Vortex Charm has landed, and it's only Miss Kate left alive. Jellyfish is gone. and we had TGE eliminated, but SVA, they're going to join them right on that bench.
So SVA just like insta-pop someone. The same thing almost happens to them from Hydrus here. And across map, another squad goes out at the same time. So violence ensuing very early on here. I think 3 squads down already.
3 gone.
Very quickly here in game 1.
SSR, then TGE, one of our newer teams, to the breach, and SVA, a team we have seen before, but getting out so early. No, Anon! Just a sad whistle, because that is a slow-moving train. Nice reap and nice spin with that Oblivion spin, leaving only Kranos trying to get out of battle. But Arc are hot on this one. Berserkers, they too will join the bench.
Wow, Arc looking clean right there. Wait, dude, this squad is goated. Attalus
Generic,
and Anointed. I know both of these guys. Yeah,
I know all
and
3
Generic.
of them. I know all 3.
Dude, this is a cool squad. Really excited to see Arc here. Eyes on these guys. See what they can make happen. Meanwhile, Cold Fang fighting never stopping. It's going to leave just Verky left for LNF as Jan claim control over the hatchling.
The nuke that has been launched at him by one of our new perks that you can gain, where it's the one that gives you nukes every, I think, 120 seconds is what it is, right?
I don't even know. That's awesome.
It's a brand new one. I saw it in the patches, and I've been waiting for some team to get it. Now, Dog in a dog fight against QA. Sleepy Rowlet, don't fall asleep at the wheel as you try to fight against QA. Was looking for the slam, but couldn't get the play to happen, and it's going to be QA that chased down those kills, leaving only Jemmy. Now on the run, the broken bridge in front of them, and then at their back is Arc. Generic didn't spot them out, though. Jemmy grabbing a crown, and now they're going to know where you are. Putting down the shock trap drone walls, but Generic a little bit off on that one. Same with the Vortex Charm, but grabbing that the Zeph to try to get around a lot of these walls, getting some damage onto Generic as they run away consistently, trying to get out. They have an unstable portal. Isn't enough to actually get him out of dodge, though. It takes him down to Cold Fang. They hop right back through it, realizing that's not a good position. They'd rather deal with Arc, but a minute on the clock. You got to get a kill, and you've been rooted. Arc, take down Dog.
I recognize Jemmy from the chat, actually, trying to make it happen. Last member left on the Zeph. Finds the two-way tunnel, or the two-way teleporter, runs into a completely other team, has to retreat all the way back. Dekron, we see from that early start. Verky's still alive as well, barely out to the right here. LNF still looking to recover from that very early lost fight down in Scav Bay.
They've kind of been on this unfortunate poverty run for some time, but another team that's kind of been in an awkward spot has been Squall. They had been able to get away earlier to grab some golds for Lollipop and Dylan, but Selfie has lost that long ago. And even looking at how they are still in Catacombs, they have a respawn beacon behind them, putting down the bungee. That unstable portal, do they even try to join back up with the team? Lollipop is left alone to deal with Jan.
And I think maybe did Goroy not have to get a sub?
Yeah, it looks like he got subbed out. Lollipop playing in this one. Some of the teams did have subs, but I've noticed a couple of them, like LNF, don't have Squid playing. Instead, having Devastress. I haven't seen them before, but one of our newer players joining in with the rest of the team. And a crown for Verky, a minute on the clock, a long time left.
Yeah, it somehow makes it out between two squads there. Does have a bit of an angle to play for. Ad looking to just hold this ledge. They do have a crown on their right. Lollipop looking for it. Definitely thinks they can get a pick in the 2v3.
But it's going to be pushed back. Sad. Putting down the cocktail to try to heal back up on contingency plan. Slug wave, but an Abyssal Breaker pushing back Squall. 2v3 missing the pull. That could have started off the fight, but it's going to be instead that Sad trying to look for their own fight with the Golden Beam. That's a lot of damage on its Selfie. And with still a minute left for Lollipop. HYD having heard the fight, same with LNF. They decide to intervene, but Sad now find themselves sandwiched between 3 teams, trying to ride the flight of the Firefox, but instead they're about to be a candle that gets blown out with Jan joining in as well. Only one left for Sad. Adania's trying to get back, but sniped out. They actually do have Squishy. No, Jan taking down the kill onto Squishy. So Sad out at 7th place.
Yeah, I mean, Sad doing a nice job, like trying to kind of scale up here. They do make it to 7th, but there's like 3-4 third parties coming in from the north there. They end up getting caught by the second one. HYD kind of on the hunt here. Full gold armor, Songbow on the side of Pensato. looking quite strong. Jan locking in another kill up to the north.
Finding another target, that time on Squaw, as they continue to run. Lollipop now in the middle. 5 seconds left. Jumping above them. Archangels, they got the snipe!
No.
Barely do they stop the crown for Squaw.
Dude, so close for Squad there to coming back. Arc on a roll here, looking very aggressive, finding kill after kill. Speaking of kills, overkill rounds for Despy locks in Dekron there.
And Archangels, I'm very excited for. I always like seeing some of these new teams, but we've seen these players just not play together. And they are looking strong right now. So I want to see if they can take a game early here in our second part of the qualifiers. HYD, this team has been getting a lot of kills for themselves. QA, another team that joined them from the bottom 6 of the previous lobby. Now they trade blow for blow. A lot of damage traded, but it's going to be the Legend who gets sniped by that Vortex Charm, trying to dash away while 44 ducks. Healing them back up and getting a little bit of the tension while we did see one player hop into the unstable portal. Zephyr couldn't be ridden by 44 ducks, instead pushed into the storm over and over again by Pensado. Only the Legend left.
Just making the Tetra Punch look purely broken there. Disgusting amount of booping happening on the poor Zeph. QA down a member. They are going to lose that resonating idol, but they are back in numbers here, getting the res through. Going to be A-okay.
A-okay, but just 44 ducks, a little bit weak, a little bit worse for wear. And with some of these unstable portals disappearing, we'll have new ones that will form up with our new circle. But looking at our 5 teams that remain, LNF, kind of a surprising one because they have been struggling from the first moments of this game. They have been battling the best they can without any gold, without any income. But QA trading blows with Archangels, pushed back and broken armor on a Legend. Anointed the first one forward, and now there's Atlas looking for that singularity, but missing it. QA getting back, staying away from Archangels.
Yeah, Arc doing just fine here. I think like they've had multiple just really decisive fights. QA being one of the first teams to kind of push them off. They do have a tiny level advantage here on the side of QA. Arc not afraid to look for this. They're going to whoosh in. Ducks maybe looking to ship it or bait it. It's a sketchy look here.
It is very sketchy. They put the walls of the shock trap, but that's removed quickly by Anointed as they look for their own Oblivion spin. But look at Jan as they snipe down Berkey, and then Archangels get absolutely destroyed by QA. Only Generic manages their escape with the unstable portal. Will be on the northern part of the circle, while QA clean up the bounties from the win they got.
So after like 20 seconds of like looking at each other across the abyss, QA finally decides to ship it in, get their own decisive victory against Arc, leaving them with just Generic left. Going to be in a real tough spot here against double exotic. Pensado Tetra hits the port. Very likely dead on the other side.
Everyone joining him as well. Generic getting chased to the ends of the earth for HYD's kill, as Archangels will fall at 5th. QA, they can find themselves sandwiched if HYD decide to join in. Jang is actually on the run, separated from the rest of Jan. And now Legend getting a lot of damage, but they're trying to see if they can heal up Jang. They throw it back. They've gotten rid of Legend. Bro. And then Hydra helping to remove QA.
Hydra following that kill through the teleporter. They opt to stay on this side, find the perfect third party against this battle between Jan and our squad that just goes out at 4th here. Pensado with this double exotic Tetra. It's Blinkstone Songbow. Yeah. Actually disgusting combo for someone like a Tetra. And the 4 exotic perks. Oh, wait, no, 3. But, wait, when he glides, it shows 4. Oh, it's because he has Glider Soul.
Yeah.
Why does it not show that? That's weird.
That is weird.
It only shows it when he glides.
Huh, that is strange. I saw it TP from HYD. I don't know what they're planning on TPing, but now 2 of our teams from the last lobby, Jan and HYD, showing off why we expected great things from them, as they are the last 2 remaining in our very first game of the qualifiers for our second round.
Yeah, and like all of a sudden we got this long pause. It's Jan opting for circle position while Hydra's take down Amorius. So looking even stronger here for the side of HYD. Gonna be a bit of a patience game. We do see a 2-way teleporter down. Not sure what the angle with that is. Looks like they are just gonna opt to move into this circle, and no fires in play either, Magical, but randomly 3 shops Right here in the middle of the desert.
Shop's more important, it seems. People want to get their spending on. But Jan are kind of a little bit lost here. You can tell they're like, where is HYD going to come from? That's why they now put a base camp down, first one of the two to place their base camp, get their fires ready so they can spot out movements from HYD. Scouting out with the Arcane Railgun, putting up Rockwave Pensado. I like seeing them back on this Tetra. This looks like the comfort I expected from HYD. Vortex Charm, trying to find them. Volcanic Crusher not going to land. It's going to be the Tetra form, but Matches now cut off on the other side of this wall, getting a little bit of damage onto Jan, but now it's going to be the chase down. Looking for damage onto Matches. Matches trying to see if they can get backwards, get back with the rest of the team. Second win, pushing him out with the Volcanic Crusher. They were able to blink onto Jan. They got rid of Jang, and now Mirror Vigil, the target they can look for. Despy trying to get some damage, but it's really Mirror Vigil. They want to pelt with the boulders to remove one more. Only Despy left as Jan on the run. Another Tetraform placed down, and with the help of these chonkers, Jan might be able to escape, but Despy still has to run so far away and be nearly landing, but going the long way around, and with that unstable portal, I don't know where you're going to go from here, though. The crown is on base that you had before, but HYD are going to take away.
Yeah, HYD just looking insanely strong this match, and this is one of those teams that know they should be playing tomorrow. So they are coming out here with a lot of confidence. They're warmed up from the first 4-game set. Probably a little annoyed they didn't make it through there. Looking to guarantee their spot here. It's just Despy left. Nice slam. Still has a little bit of space.
But they're chasing him far away. Despy, their former teammate, now on Jan. They're looking to get rid of him and make sure they get first place for game 1. But Despy, proving why they had him on the team in the first place, doing a lot to make this game last a lot longer. Nice snipe back with this carbine, getting a lot of damage, but guess what? They've already got the flank, and they are already looking to make sure they can take out Despy, who's picked up a crown, but too little, too late, as now back towards the shop once more, healing back up with the overkill rounds, but they're chasing them. There's just too many, and HYD take their first victory.
Despy had a dream there, but Hydra's too strong. The 3 heads unite, chomp up the last members, find a victory in game 1. Really kind of just dominant looking performance from HYD in the second lobby. Almost no one kind of slowing their roll, contesting them. We saw a couple teams playing extremely aggressively, and then multiple of them getting sort of wiped in the same fashion that they were wiping other squads. A lot of very decisive full squad wipes here in match 1.
But I will say, for both HYD and for Jan, both of them hit double-digit kills in that one. I saw before that fight that HYD were at 11, Jan finishing with 10. They're showing both why they were teams that we were hyped up for, showing why we expected great things out of them. It's going to be bullet trains for the next one.
Bullet trains, let's go.
But yeah, I'm just excited to see both teams right out of the gates. Game 1, first and second place, kind of proven that they are going to be the top of the leaderboard for our second lobby. My wife is being silly right now. My dog is laying on the floor, and she is laying on top of my dog and woofing. They can hear you woofing, you know that, right? That's like fun. They hear the woofs. Yo, what's up, Ryan? Yes, this game is dope. I absolutely love Supervive. And we have an exciting tournament. Right now, we are in qualifiers for our Saturday Night Supervive, our Turbo Cup. Our top 6 teams in this lobby after 4 games. We'll move on into the finals tomorrow. We had 1 qualifiers earlier with our first lobby, so the bottom 6 teams of that one are playing in this one. Top 6 teams of the previous lobby already in the finals, so we're finding out which teams are going to join those 6 teams tomorrow.
Yeah, and we got, like, every match we go through here, there's more and more kind of pressure for teams that haven't performed yet. Like the teams that went top of lobby last game, feeling a little more comfortable here. Anyone that was bottom of lobby in last game, starting to already feel kind of the nerves here, because you have to not only come back from that, you only have 3 games to do it. And it's just like such an uphill battle getting behind early in a 4-game set. So I think we're very much going to be seeing some violence, but also probably some caution for some teams looking to very much not try to drop a game. Okay.
All right. But we are getting ready for our second game of our second lobby. Bullet Trains will be our storm ship as HYD taking an early victory. Our first game won in the second lobby. HYD will be very happy about that one, showing to everyone, all our spectators out there, why we are already praising them so highly in the first place.
100%, bro. Sorry, I'm typing here real quick.
You're A-okay. We are getting everything ready. We're waiting for the games because we got to wait for those lobbies to get rolling. And I'm excited to see how our teams are going to go. And thank you so much. We got a lot of follows and a lot of subs today. So Ryan coming in, new face to the scene. So thank you so much for joining in. I hope you enjoy, and I hope you play some Supervive in the future. It is an amazing game. I couldn't recommend it more. Honestly, it has taken over my life because it is just that good of a game.
You are the drop leader.
As we are waiting for our teams to load up into game 2. I'm going to watch to see if we have any adaptations from any of the teams. If they're going to change their drafts, if they want to choose a different hunter here or there. I was happy to see Penzato going back onto Tetra. Something that I was hyping up beforehand, and they look damn clean in that last one. But looking across the board, don't see too many changes. A lot of teams staying the same, staying the course for the second game. Even QA, the legend, not playing their jewel like we saw before, sticking on to Nyx.
Abyssal hatchlings are spawning soon.
All right, let's freaking go, baby. Diving in to game 2. It's Bullet Trains. We've had some spicy train games, actually. The one in the last game, if I'm not mistaken, was the heart band teleport fiasco over here. Wasn't it? Wasn't that our Bullet Train game in set 1?
It was.
Crazy
Yes,
band,
it was.
Heart teleports like right here.
We've had some crazy games with Bullet Trains in EU as well. We saw the Kobayashi's end game. We saw a similar drop in the circle like we saw in our lobbies today for Bullet Train, but we just didn't see the heart in EU. Regardless, we still saw chaos, and we're seeing chaos here in game 2. HYD, Squaw, staring one another down. Only one other team, Arc, had dropped with them, but they've already bailed. They already are peeling up north. Wall, they've got the ground on it to Selfie. You picked that strike to win the early game, and you've lost to HYD.
Yeah, Lollipop needs to get out here. Probably going to have the space because there's 3 other squads lurking right by the side of Hydras here. Everyone looking to play back for this hatchling. It is slight level advantage, 1 ability up for the side Hydras. They know it. They're going to force the issue against TGE. Rough spot here in the choke.
Uh-oh, and now TGE, one of our new teams to the field. Mikey D, the last one. Vortex Charm, HYD, taking out the Toxic Gaming Esports. With LNF hot on to the Abyssal Hatchling. They've hit level 6. Do they actually try to peel and look for Pensato? They've got the lockdown with the Shock Trap and City taking a lot of damage. But HYD, despite being down in levels, their aura alone has kept LNF from looking for the fight immediately. And now they have been able to find their way out of it.
Yeah, that's one of these fights where LNF really wanting to take advantage of that opportunity with the almost double level advantage there. Not going to pull the trigger in time. It's going to give Hydras the space to get out. We do see Sad getting 2 knocks on this side on the kill feed. So on the board for our second set here. Looking like they're down a little bit levels, but they are 3 members winning this fight against Dog.
And Dog, without Park Ninja, they've lost a lot of their engage, but they have many an angle here in Wellspring to be able to bring him back in right there. Demi already on that respawn beacon. Our Long Claw aficionados here for Dog, but they are still kind of in an awkward spot because only Rowlet has hit 7.
Yeah, and the fighting continues over on the right side of the map. It's Arc versus Squaw now. 2 members down. Instantly, Lollipop on the run again. Same thing as the previous level 1 fight. Is going to find a Sky Shark, have a bit of space to get out of here. It looks like Arc not going to really have the angle to chase. Is going to grab the Sky Shark anyways. But a decent amount of space again kind of throughout the map, and the team's playing. Not too many kind of playing for the same biome, but HYD here to contest Mage Bog.
trying to fight over it, trying to make sure they get advantages. As Archangels have got generic to put the Sky Shark in front of them, giving a little bit of an advantage in their own right. So not looking too bad in this one so far, but I'm trying to see how our teams are going to match up, because there is a lot of potential fights all across the rift right now, the breach right now, as QA getting a good fight against SVA. SVA, one of our teams that came in from the last lobby, and they're already looking like they're going to get eliminated. QA beating them handedly as they take out another team.
Some of these fights just are feeling so decisive. It's like where there would be an angle for someone to usually get out, it's just resulting. And again, Arc right after that, who we already saw, Arc having some of those same wipes themselves, getting turned around again on them from HYD here. HYD kind of on the farm. 8 kills already, Magical, right here in night 1.
Yeah, so looking really good for themselves on how they're fighting in these ones. And we expected this one to be a little bit more chaotic, right? With a lot of our teams, some of them being newer to the breach, as we're talking about with SAD, with TGE. But I'm happy to say that SAD are still in this one. Not out just yet.
Yeah, same thing for Squaw. Like I love Squaw. Like I really want Squaw to make it through. I think they definitely have a chance to. It's going to be a little tougher with the sub, but Lollipop definitely a gamer as well. Just a little bit of a different comp look they're going to have to work with. SAD though, continuing to sort of gain confidence across the series, looking more aggressive, trying to find and engage angles themselves.
Still looking at our teams that are left. Dog getting a decent fight against LNF, but they got to be careful because they haven't separated. Jemmy already focused away by Verky, and this Krista has to be careful with fighting against Shiv, especially against Verky, grabbing the rings over the tracks, but back into more rings and a good double dash away as Jemmy will grab onto Sky Shark, running right into Verky. They got rooted momentarily, but waiting for their own flex snare, missing that one, so Jemmy going to be an easy target for Verky.
Yeah, and LNF having some nice moments too. Some pretty like clean looks on their engages and their fights. Fighting continuing for Hydras though, looking to stack more kills. It's up against Jan though, the final 2 from last game. Will it turn out the same? Jang chipped super low. City pops the old Jan looking for a reset.
But nobody dead yet. Not even wisps have been popped by either team. Matches is hunting for Jang, but has the backup of the other players of their team, while HYD were trying to heal up themselves to make sure they can bring back Pensado.
Yeah, so Jan hanging in there, looking to just peel out, find a better angle to fight up against Hydras, who are definitely a bit ahead of tempo. LNF, nice tempo themselves. We are in the day 2 turnover here. Everyone playing around these level 9 camps want to get these level 9s online. It looks like LNF going to be posturing around one of our early bosses.
And as teams are moving around, seeing where they're going to go in this one, bullet trains for this lobby. So I'm seeing how our teams are moving. HYD went into a new team, not Jan this time around. It's QA, but QA 44 Ducks was level 8. I thought maybe they could look for an angle, but I don't even see the rest of QA. And Pensado chasing this Zeph in through the rings, gets juked as 44 Ducks had actually opted out for an early play into Vane Grove. Will grab their tornado and be able to get away.
Yeah, nice escape angle. Fighting continuing. It's Dog this time, duking it out with LNF, continuing the violence. Parkinja is down. Can they answer back? Super low health bars for Dog. It's just Sleepy Rowlet.
No, can't get away. Dog, 8-dog world as LNF take out Dog.
LNF looking strong here. Let's go. And this is, if I'm not mistaken, this is DLV minus Logic. Because Dekron and Squid. Okay, like that was already looking like a scary team. I'm not as familiar with Verky, but like definitely a squad to be looking out for here. Yeah, because DLV was looking strong.
They were, and the only difference is they don't have the hyphy player of Logic who always goes for those spicy plays. Instead, they got Squid on the team. I'm really curious to see how they're going to perform. Last game, they played with the sub. This time, with the roster they signed up for. Ooh. Nice pull from Lollipop, the sub for Squaw, getting a beautiful dunk onto Anon.
Yeah, big, especially down a member there. Gonna turn the 2v3 into a 2v2, force Berserk off of that, give them the space to play the train res for the bullet trains here. Very nice execution. It's gonna pop them up Oh, I was going to say, it's already Lollipop up here, so they're actually in a great spot. Going to be able to go level 11, day 3 with a bit of space up in Site 38.
Looking at our other teams, I saw 44 Ducks. I think that's the last player for QA right now. Berserkers revive Anon, and now the dagger down for Matches. Be careful. Vortex Charm has landed. When does Matches look for it? There it is. Fusillade to pump out that damage, and this is what I was afraid of for the Berserkers, as they have been sent into the storm, hoping to ride the jet stream away. But there's only one left, and City spotted him out, looking for the snipe out of the air.
Huge second wind. Snipes the final kill for the squad wipe. Another beautiful fight from the Hydras, actually kind of farming here. So many kills in this game. Over 10. Beautiful double connect on the crowd control. Trying to answer back with a golden beam.
Golden beam healing him up, but with that pull, and then the slam on a Squishy, and with Jan right behind them, their contingency plan. They've got to bring back up Squishy and then get out of there. They try to blast back. Dragon to kill, killed off. Has to go into Wisp form. Might be revived, but blasted away. And Downeyhouse cannot bring back up their Mercury, and Squishy is gone. Only Oath remains. Sad. Now not glad about that fight, as they are on the run. The bullet train could be their option.
Yeah, and it's just violence across the map. We saw fighting top left more down here in Acres. Everyone just getting deleted. Zekron already down. Fusilade's out both sides.
Trying to hop with the help of the tires to get away from the fight against Hydra, but Matches does not stop. Matches knows no way to stop these fights. Spike on a squid. Furky, last one for LNF. They've been able to hop away pretty far. Waiting for the train? No. Instead, just looking for the full retreat.
Yeah, it is the Shiv v Shiv chase. It looks like Matches is going to call off the hunt there. Meanwhile, Sad. Oh, no.
They went for the bullet train.
What happened up here?
They went for the bullet train res, and it took them too far.
Tragic.
I saw what it was, so we'll give them a...
extra super sad train whistle.
Very sad train whistle. And speaking of sad right now, for Verky, as LNF find themselves 6th place. At least it's a top 6 finish. SSR, our first team eliminated from game 1. Staring down Squaw, and for SSR, they'd love to be able to beat Squaw, but Lollipop looked for the slam, but they are pushed back into Mana Coils, and Lollipop got to be taken, and then Dylan has been focused away, tries to get back to the rings, but the pursuing SSR, they are hot on the heels, putting down the E-Plats and getting the spike.
Yeah, just like SSR showing up out of nowhere, having a beautiful series of fights there. Gonna find themselves 5 squads left. Nice levels, nice equipment. Definitely a chance to pull in the W for this game, but they're going to have to face up against these 2 teams, Magical. It's Hydra and Jan at it again.
But if you want to win the tournament, you have to be able to beat not just these 2 teams, but you have to be able to take down the likes of BAP and TLD, while HYD do get a good pick on a mirror visual. Jang has lost their gold armor, and that damage from the Fusillade matches easily takes down Jang. Only Despy now retreating. This Carbine sees there's bullet trains, and with Squall so low, they got their own res on that bullet train, but look at how beaten up they are from the storm with no armor to be seen.
Not quite as sad because they were able to make their way in, but it is QA actually on. We saw 44 Ducks hanging out up there earlier. Wubby on his own bush down to the south.
The heart is there. You could go for the res. I'm surprised not this.
Oh,
it got TP'd. I think they TP'd it.
It's not there anymore. It went somewhere.
It's right in front. It's right in front of Wubby. So they actually still have that, so they can utilize that. I think Wubby's the one who TP'd it closer to try to get closer to the tracks, maybe pull off a ban situation.
I like it, and definitely gonna give an angle to get that 3rd member up as well. Big pressure out onto Squaw.
Pushing him into the storm, so they're going to take a lot of damage and lose their armor. Only Lollipop has it. Do they have any armor repairs? I don't even think so. 44 Ducks. Separated from the other player from Wubby Bay as that respawn beacon has been moved. The heart. Well, it was SSR that TP'd it away, and they have another TP. They're going to take it closer to the tracks. It's not actually going to be on the tracks this time around, but Jan getting a good pick on to Spicy Kimchi.
Someone was watching the last set, taking a page out of Ban's book. You'll love to see it. It's set up right on the tracks here, Magical, exactly like we'd expect. We'll have to wait for the perfect moment for them to pull the trigger. And So often the way this works out for Ban is because Micah is so elusive on the bunny and able to hide in these unique angles and bait people to chase him with the air blast, has found a ton of success with the heart, but it's not easy to pull off these heart heists into like squad wipes like Ban is doing.
Jan. See Squaw, and now the Storm pushing back. Selfie is gone, and now they look for Lollipop. Dylan, PH, only one left. HYD, they punish Jan. They're humors. They thought they had a square fight against Squaw, but it was never the case. Hydra are punishing him, pelting him with boulders. Jan, the only one left, having Jang and now Despy, hoping to be desperate for the team to survive. I see another TP. They can TP the heart even further onto the tracks.
Double nuke out. Lot of facing pressure here. Still 5 squads left. 2 of them single member left. It's Squaw up to the right here with Dylan, who has a minute left on the crown, and Wubby still playing the patience game, waiting for an angle. The heart hijacked from him now on the tracks through the actually SSR looking very strong here.
So you mentioned this before in the last game. When you TP the heart onto the tracks, you take out any respawns on bullet trains. There's no way to survive, and now Squaw lose their lives to HYD. We are down to 4 teams. Jan, I'm surprised that Despy actually is alive still. HYD did not continue that hunt any further.
Dude, look at these kill points on HYD. It's what, 11? It's 18 kills right now for this match for the side of Hydra's, looking extremely dominant in the second lobby here. Wubby still trying to just buy some time. SSR definitely a team that can contest Hydra's, but Jan with just Despy left, like you say, Magical, going to be much trickier to pull off this train res.
They've actually taken it further down south. They're keeping it in the center of the circle right now. It is truly the heart of this game. Wubby Bay, no escape there. And QA out at 4th place, but still, that is another decent finish for them in game 2. Well, SSR, our first team eliminated in the last game, find themselves in a top 3 position. A team created by yours truly might actually be able to find a win.
Dude, that would be so epic. I would love to see that, bro. And I recognize these names from prior tournaments, prior teams, but coming together here under the force of Mad Magical.
And playing the illegal tech here in that heart. And I see Pensado saying, I don't want to deal with that. He's TPing the heart off into no man's land as well. Try to TP. That missed!
That's crazy, bro. Like, what a the fact that that doesn't kill. I wonder if they had their own and sniped it away, or if Pensado had set his over there.
I can't believe that missed as SSR. They find a kill on to Despy. Now, in a final 2 standoff against HYD, do they try to pick up another TP and try to go for this ban tech play?
It is like, it's such a... I actually have no idea what's about to happen here. It's like Hydra's just looking such on a roll, but if SSR can figure out a creative way to leverage this heart TP and use it against HYD, we maybe see a situation where SSR comes away with this, but they're going to have to...
I was wondering what was going to happen. They were juggling the heart, and it was HYD that actually get the kill on a spicy kimchi. SSR, Adaptive Alpha is on an E-plat. Sunfish has been separated, and your play that you try to steal away from the tech that Bandit developed, Pensado knows it all too well. He's too friendly with Ban, and he knows how to use that to full effect, leaving Adaptive Elk by themselves. Deathbox revive attempted. They could go for the heart play. There is that island. That snipe on a 1, and now Pensado's dunk denying the heroics out of Adaptive Valve, but they will take 2nd place.
Dude, I freaking love the heart shenanigans so much. It's like something crazy is going to have to happen there. It ends up backfiring. The grand plot ends up biting them in the butt a little bit, losing a member, trying to fight it out in the 2v3 against HYD. Just too strong there. Double exotics, the Abyss Specialist on Pensato. Hydra is able to clean up another one, and it's just like a disgusting amount of kills, man, because we looked before that ending, and they were at 18.
Yeah, there's 10 for matches, 8 for Pensato, 3 for City, 21 kills in 1 game.
Yeah, that's just disgusting. Actually disgusting. So probably with that, HYD cementing themselves hard at the top here in the #1 slot. So we're really going to have 5 more teams competing to make it through. Looks like we do got someone dropping from lobby. 1 sec.
Okay, we'll be able to get that sorted hopefully pretty quickly. But as you're talking about, with a second win, HYD confirming they will have a ticket to the finals. I think even if you place last place in the next 2 games, it does not matter. 21 points alone from kills in 1 game. And like I said, they already had double digits from the first game too. So now 40 points, 61 points, probably somewhere around 70 odd points. And when we look at the last lobby, when we look at even EU, 70 was more than enough to get top 3, let alone top 6.
Yeah, like I think like there's still there's a lot to play for here, but like if you're kind of on the bottom half of the ladder, you got to have a monster game 3 and 4. Like it's got to be hot drop or like dropping aggressively, playing through objectives, and like really trying to find those high kill point games. Because like placement's good, but if you are able to stack some kills with a good placement and do that back to back, like that's really what you need to do to sort of climb out of any sort of like deficit you find yourself in. Sometimes it's too deep, but it's still top 6 that make it through, right? So even if you're last right here, if you have a monster second half, you can get to 6th. Like if you put together 2 good placements with good kills, much easier said than done, by the way. Right. But there is still hope for pretty much everyone out here still. It's just going to have to be it.
Mm-hmm. Right now, we are waiting. Mirror Vigil had to restart. So our third storm shift is going to be a Final Destination on this one. Final Destination on our very last one will be Cross Country Storm. So 2 more games. As you said, there's a lot of pressure for a lot of teams. If they want to make it to the finals, a chance to play in the Turbo Cup, a chance to play for big prize money. You have to start stepping up now, because I think if you have another middling performance in game 3 after 2 before, even if you place first place in the last game, it's not enough.
We got a couple of questions. Someone asking scores and someone asking, is KP banned?
KP is not banned.
Are we doing scores halfway through? Is that a standard thing, or?
No, it's just if Lario is able to get them done, then we'll post them, but it's after the games.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's after 4 games. Yeah, no bans. The only bans are bans on skins. That's it.
Sorry, it is Final Destination. Did I change this?
Yes, you did.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. So, yep, that's perfect. So let's get into our third game of Qualifiers numero dos and see how our teams will stack up. HYD, 2 games in a row. Can they make it a 3-fer and then go for an absolutely wild comp in game 4? Or are we going to see Jan start to step up to the plate? They got 2nd place in game 1, but 4th place in game 2. Now I'm curious to see how game 3 will be for them.
Sorry, I'm dealing with lobby stuff. 1 sec here.
Okay. And Sunfish, Spicy Kimchi coming into chat. Heart, my enemy. Yeah, Sunfish got outplayed a little bit by the Heart shenanigans. Pintado.
Dude, I love the attempt. The attempt is great, though. It's like beautiful, actually, in TNT.
But it was Pensado predicting it, knowing they were going to TP it, having already put down the 2-way TP, then drag it back and get the kill onto Spicy Kimchi. It was awesome.
Hell yeah. So Alario did link us scores here, Magical. If we want to talk about those real quick as we're loading in.
Yes. I can't see them because, Alario, I need you not to post it in the production chat. I need you to post it in the game info because I can't pull it up while on the stream, if that's the case.
Here, I can look at it real quick. So we got, it is very clearly HYD in first. Thank you, Alario, by the way. Yeah. 74 total score here. Woo! Jan, 2nd place, 40. So the gap between 2nd and 1st, 34 points. And then under Jan at third is QA at 28. Then we got Squaw 24, LNF 24, SSR 21, and our other teams 19, 10, 8, 7, 7, 0, bringing up the bottom half of the lobby.
So anything can happen for these teams. 20 points is nothing with 2 more games to play. But you have to make sure you are playing out of your mind. SVA, one of those teams that are on the outskirts at the moment, having 2 games where they got knocked out pretty early, tried to drop onto Jan, try to fight them over the Sky Sharks, but Flint is just going to recall as we see the mad dash for Cold Fang.
Yeah, a bit of like a slow start off the starting line here for Jan. They're trying to catch up to this SVA Sky Shark who kind of beat them out of the gate. It does look like Flint opting for a little bit of that XP with the recall. Jan going to be doing the same with Miri over here, grabbing some creeps. So probably going to see an even duel down in Cold Fang. Speaking of duels, one breaking out here between Hydras and QA.
Hydra's at 34 kills, and they are looking to add to those kill counts. 44 ducks. Gotta get them closer to 44 kills. Legend separated from Wubby. They have the heart. They can get back to it and heal up 44 ducks if need be. But an awkward start for QA. SVA fighting against Jan at Cold Fang, and Despy gonna lose their life in the fight. The mad dash going SVA's way. They were the first team into the keep, and now they're keeping control with a dash from Flint.
So we do see the fighting continue after the Sky Sharks down here in Cold Fang. It's going to be Jang trying to make his way out with the gold, getting caught by all 3 though. Miri still fishing for one as last member left. Pops an extra level, finds a jump pad, but no gold armor. It's going to be SVA claiming not only all the gold armor, but all the golds in the Cold Fang keep. Sunfish going down there. SSR still just fine. Level 6 going to go for an early heart res up here in Cobas. Got a couple teams looking at each other down to the south here as well. QA still trying to recover. They do get the res off, but they're all level 4. Very much going to have to be playing for some creeps here before they look to fight. HYD always looking to fight themselves. Very kind of scary squad in this lobby.
I was just talking to my wife really quick.
Oh, you're good, bro. No sweat.
All right, but looking back into this game, and so I'm sure you made excellent points there, Zick, and I was totally listening to every single word.
I did. You're actually at such a loss you didn't hear him, bro. It's like,
man.
It was gold. It'll never be repeated.
Well, actually, it will be because I can watch the VOD. Got him!
Got him. And it was basically HYD is continuing the hunt as we see here, taking full control of the map. Gonna find Wubby City, doesn't spot him even though he goes in the same bush.
And the Berserkers, they're moving down south. Guardian's already gone. Do they think Wubby's there? You're sneaky, but Wubby has spotted him out. But without the rest of QA, not gonna try that fight. Wubby's just playing behind enemy lines all day long, all lobby long. Down into the fight between Jan and Dog. Flight of the Firefox. As Jan are continuing to lose, they're struggling in game 3. Go Dogs, go SVA! Having chased them out of the keep. Got Jang. Despy will be able to sneak his way past. So he will survive while Dog has to deal with the gold SVA.
SVA looking pretty dang strong here. They come out of Cold Fang. Nice builds online. Got the full gold armor. They are coming up against a couple ults here, but with the Kingpin isolated, Sleepy Rowlet is going to go down. SVA finding another pick.
But that was after a good fight from Dog to beat Jan and continue to make Jan play a poverty run in our 3rd game. While they might be in 2nd place, they still need to make sure they're doing well. A nice snipe there with that damage from HYD. They are proving why they are a top team, a top contender, as they are bullying this lobby.
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier. I think they're a little irked they didn't go through in round 1. Like, I'm proving a point here, saying we definitely should have qualified in the last set. We're surely going to be blasting through this one and proving it very nicely here, having just fight after fight go their way. And let's talk about the comp for a second. Shiv Tetra Zeph, like, pretty disgusting amount. not only of crowd control setup between the Zeph and the Tetra, but the follow-up damage between the Tetra Burst and the Shiv, and even the Zeph stacking on top of that. Like, they are showing that this comp has the potential to just wipe squads instantly.
And I like this a lot better than what we saw before. Pintado on the Oath, it's okay. It's all right, but on the Tetra, just another level. They unlock a beast when they play this Hunter. And so you see just how confident they are moving around the breach.
And there hasn't been a ton of players in North America to really grab onto the Tetra and really kind of take her to that top level. Ooh, final kind of fight here for the side of TGE.
TGE, not the final just yet. They got this game and another game. Dr. Pixel here for the Toxic Gaming Esports. Could go for the heart res. There aren't any teams to intervene. We should be able to get the team back on their feet, but it's going to be difficult fighting through the storm and through teams outside of the heart. SSR dealing with Archangels, losing Sunfish, while Flint dashing forward. Static has been built up onto Squall, but Selfie avoiding the lightning crash, focusing their attention onto Dylan, who's been focused over the edge. Golden Beam trying to heal back up and going right back to full, while Selfie pumping out the Fusillade, but the crash back from the landing of Flint, looking for the kill onto Squall. Selfie is gone. Jan, they will come into the mana coils as well. SPA are a bit low. Nice chilling finale, stopping the damage from Squall, but they got to be careful on how they disengage. Dylan was trying to get some damage with the help of the mortar. Now push over the ledge. Well, Dog, they've reformed, regrouped, are looking for the play. As Squall with Goroy back on the team are trying to see if they can get any kills. SPA finding kills left and right. Berserker's actually the team the first to fall in all that madness.
That was just and then like 5 teams collapse on the noise here. Dog in bush gonna get a nice engage on to the side. They're gonna wipe Despy. Maybe nice live here.
He survives a nice pull though from Sleepy Rowlet to lock down a kill on a Mirror Vigil. Well, Despy is going to heal back up. It is up to Jang to try to push back and make sure they can pick up that Wisp. But now that HYD are here, they make it hard. Mirror Vigil is back on their feet, and they have avoided HYD for now. But QA, they're hunting down kills as well. Second Wood pushing him back. Jang left on the ledge and taken out by Matches. QA, though, have to now deal with Hydra, who are absolutely crushing the lobby so far with that Volcanic Crusher, looking for the Legend as he's in the corner, and no way out of it. It's going to be the first casualty for QA. They have separated. Wubby Bay could put down some damage or some suppressing fire, but unfortunately for him, he has to leave 44 Ducks to get hunted down while he is on the run away from 2 of HYD.
Dude, just so much carnage around coils here. I think Goroy was able to get himself out of that, get a res. He did. So Squaw back alive, and it was SVA that was taking it to him earlier. They find an answer back on the Miss Kate there. And let's see, SVA now down to just Bell after looking extremely dominant in the first part of this game.
This third game, teams are feeling that pressure. They know they have to perform because 100%. This could be the end for some of them. Squaw, they're holding on to a top 6 spot for now. They get a good fight against that immediately. Not Golden Beam helping them. Look for that kill on a Squishy, who's trying to hover their way away right to Bell's position. But Bell, is he going to get spotted out? Has been spotted out, so Squaw could turn their attention onto SVA, the only one left, putting up the frozen barricade. But Colroy back with Squaw. Squaw trying to make sure they can drag back the team back into the top standings to make sure they will be joining the rest in the finals. But SVA, if they get knocked out here, this could be the end of their run, and they have got onto the position, sniping Bell out of the air.
Beautiful kind of sequence from Squaw there to not get wiped with like the 6 squads fighting here. It was just Gory left. He kites it out to the south, finds a res, brings all of Squaw back. They're able to refight against SVA, who gets thirded on as well. In the end, able to turn the tables, result in the squad wipe. And I think both SVA and Squaw are definitely teams that have a very real shot of making it into tomorrow.
But SVA, it is going to be very difficult now, having got knocked out here 11th place.
Yeah, that's
3.
really tough to have a drop like that in just the 4-game set.
The 1 game left for them, and I think for SVA, they have to win that 4th game if they want that hope. But Squaw also are kind of in a position they need to win to make sure they can guarantee their place in the finals, and beating Jan gonna help them out a lot.
Yeah, and Jan like struggling a little bit as well. versus what we'd expect from these players. Definitely still in it, but down to just Miri here. They really need to not drop this game. If Pensado spots out Miri, it is not good news for the side of Jan. He does beautiful kind of moves there from Miri.
There's the recalls onto his position and matches. Helps get rid of Jan. Very early exit for Jan. They got a second, a fourth, and now a 10th place finish in the second round of qualifiers.
Yeah, so that's like 2 of our squads we would kind of expect to make it through dropping very early here. Definitely going to be shaking things up on the scoreboard. SSR, nice support. Kingpin move from Sunfish to pull Adaptive Elk out of trouble. Squaw is here, though. All of a sudden looking gangster. Double gold armor, level advantage, and instantly Adaptive Elk, and then Sunfish are just gone.
Spicy Kimchi gonna ride the Twister above and try to get to that respawn beacon down south, but past a base is gonna be spotted out on their path away, while Squall have to deal with HYD. Not a team they really wanted to run into. Selfie couldn't get enough damage into the back line, and now it's gonna be the focus of the detention for HYD. Unfortunately for SSR, killed off screen by Archangels. They had rotated into the desert, and now will stare down with Hydra.
Yeah, nice opportunity from Arc to find, and Sad getting taken out as well around a similar time somewhere on the map, and TGE looking for a buy, maybe getting caught by Arc here.
Oh no, getting caught buying right there, and with only gray armors, they gotta fight their way out of it. Mikey B, what a machine. Those are gonna be the first 2 teams to fall, and now it's gonna be only Dr. Pixel as he is jumped upon by Archangels.
Dude.
Toxic Gaming Esports out, but they at least were able to get some points for the team.
Arc is pumping, dude. I would love to see these guys go through to tomorrow and see what they can do in the tier 1 lobby, because like I brand new team as far as I'm concerned. I recognize the names of the players and I know all of them, but it's like really cool to see them come together, coming out with some violent tempo.
They are going to be
our second qualifiers.
A hype team, I think, because
yeah,
even though they are in 7th place, 19 points, they have 10 kills. That means they've gotten more points from kills than they have from placement.
And that's a fun team to watch, right?
Exactly. And I want to see Archangels move up in the standings with SSR getting eliminated early in this one. They should be able to do so, passing by SSR. But that also means that we have quite the fight for this top 6. It is not going to be an easy road for any team outside of HYD.
Yeah, and LNF having maybe the hardest road here, trying to fight it off with the crown for Squid. Does have some space to the north, maybe an angle to kind of play time here. Team fight breaking out to the left.
QA, HYD. Team's already in the top of the standings right now, but HYD proving why they are the dominating team. Legend healing up with the Oblivion spin, trying to heal back up with the glitch form, but unfortunately, just not enough. Only 44 Reducts is out of there. QA gonna rely on one player, while Dog had hunted down the Squid. They sniffed out his position and got rid of one more obstacle in their way.
Squid is able to rank him up one more placement, though, because he survives like 1 second before HYD wipes that squad. It's just constant violence here, Magical. Arc all of a sudden in shambles coming up against Squad. Nice fight going their way. Goroy looking to finish generic. He does. So Arc's tempo sort of thwarted here. It's going to be Atlas. We've seen Atlas do some cracked stuff with the Kingpin crown,
yes, we have. But will they spot out the lone player of QA in that bush? No, not even going to try to venture into it. 2 passing ships in the night.
5 squads left. We got a 3v3 breaking out on the north side. Of course, it's the Hydras involved, this time against Dog. Dog kiting to the right a little bit, looking for a reset angle. HYD just so ahead of the tempo here.
Atlas utilizing that penguin to go right past Dog, but with the bungee almost dragged back into the battle, almost was able to find the spike, but with 50 seconds left on the clock, can you actually get the play on to Hydra? Missing a pull, dashing back, mantling with 40 seconds left. City not making it easy for Atlas. Atlas, I've seen you do some crazy things, but HYD are not the team to try that against as they go out at 5th.
Yeah, like Atlas trying to bait someone out, trying to make someone make a mistake, but HYD very patient, very calculated there. Do not overcommit, do not get grabbed, do not get dunked. Find themselves with another squad wipe. It's down to 4, but a lot of teams in shambles, Magical. It's basically Squaw versus Hydras here.
And Squaw, a team that is in the top of the standings, but only at 24 points after 2 games. HYD well ahead of them. If they're able to pick up a victory, that could guarantee their placement in the top 6. And for Squall having subbed back in Goroy, Lollipop out, Goroy back in, you can see just how much more confident they are looking with this changeup.
Yeah, and like now on the side of HYD, it's Dragon Breath rounds, it's Masamune. I think Squaw has at least one rewind onto DTF. So definitely fightable here. Actually going to be a really close fight.
Dog tried to join in. Lots of damage and a nice kill on the matches, but they already got the second win. Try to pick up the Wisp as he's mantling that whole time. Shiv will be back in the battle. Goroy takes a lot of the attention from Potato, but he has to jump away with the portal. Demi not going to be able to get anything. It's going to be Varginja jumping onto Goroy. They have to stop on the Wisp if they want to get the crown and Brock immediately. They've got a lot of damage with the Rockway put up. Volcanic Crusher has missed. Dog are still in the fight. HYD have been eliminated. Dog, if you win this game, you can bounce into the top 6. You can get into the finals. You just got to get rid of Selfie, the one standing in your way. Missing the pull, but he snapped back towards with the Beacon rewind. Now with the Fuselage popping out. 1v3. Can he do it for Squall? No, he can't. Dog, win.
Wait, Dylan was alive. Kites
Dylan
to the north has a mobile beacon. Not quite. One more chance for Squall, but Dog get the grab.
Nice grab, slug wave, Dylan gone. And even though Squaw have a second chance, they ain't no cats. It's a dog-eat-dog world. They've got exotics on all 3, and Dylan gonna be taken down as Goroy has won the crown.
What in the heck, bro?
Blowing up Sleepy Rowlet, even with the golden beam. I gotta take back all my words, as Dog are the ones that lose. Squaw are taking these wins, jumping over the walls just to chase down Parkinja.
Dude, what an insane finish from Squaw there. And like Dog, like definitely really good opportunity playing the third party on the Squaw versus Hydra's fight. Jemmy finds the kill, procs the crown. No one, including us, saw Dylan sneak away, throw down this mobile beacon, find that res where we thought the game was over. And then right here, that Goroy orb just, I think maybe, I don't know exactly what happened, but maybe popping a pot so they were vulnerable. It was just like so much damage that goes through, and all of a sudden it's 3v2 for the side of Squaw. And like that's the kind of tenacity I have like started to come to expect from Squaw. Like these guys are gamers. They've been grinding since they got like all the way through the MB training grounds, and then since then continuing the grind, and it's really starting to show. Again, like why I mentioned earlier, I really think this team specifically like has a very good shot of starting to contest like the top of the lobby overall.
And looking at Dog, I am actually very impressed by this team, because we have a fight between a lot of our teams for these final spots. HYD, they are guaranteed going into tomorrow. Jan, even with an early exit in game 3, 40 points is pretty comfortable, and if they can just do decently in game 4, they too should be on into the finals. But then the other 4 at 28 points QA, 24 for Squaw and LNF, 21 for SSR, 19 for ARC, SAD at 10. Dog were only at 8 going into that game. That is a big second place finish for them. That should propel them well up the standings, and actually probably leapfrog them past SSR.
Yeah, it's basically exactly what they needed to position themselves to do something here. Real quick, let me...
Last one is cross country.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. That is our very last storm shift. And this will be... this is a tough one for a lot of new teams. A lot of their new players, because this one requires a different state of mind to approach. And so this is where it really will test a lot of these teams on how they can perform, how they can move around the map as a unit. Because a team like HYD, a team like Jan, they are going to look to punish, especially for Jan. They need to make sure they're securing that spot in the top 6. Victory will do so, but for other teams that are on the outskirts, Squaw, that last win gonna help them a lot to make sure that they are in that top 6 as well. Dog, sadly for them, that mobile beacon that you talked about that Squaw found, then the Nova Orb, they find the snipe onto Sleepy Rowlet, securing them the victory away from Dog. It will at least secure them the top 6.
Yeah, and I think like, you know, I am Nothing against Dog at all. I think that definitely very well could have gone their way, but I'm excited for Squaw because it's just a team I've been following over the months, and I think I'm really excited to see them play against kind of the top squads because I think they are starting to prove their mettle. They're very unafraid to fight, and that confidence can backfire sometimes. Like that's why they'll occasionally drop a game, because they are unafraid to commit. And it almost happened to them that game. I was literally watching Goroy in the middle of that Coils fight, and I'm like, bro, you need to get the hell out of there. There's like 3 squads collapsing, and it's this super close battle between them and SVI. And just by inches, he sort of makes it out to the south. SVI doesn't, and then the tables turn massively. So very well played by the side of Squaw.
And so now, our final game of the qualifiers. This will determine who joins the finals, who will move on to Saturday Night Supervive and play in the Turbo Cup for NA. Some teams have locked in their spot, others on the outskirts, and they have to play this one better than any game they've ever played in their life. They want to get in for that chance at the prize.
Yeah, and it's a big prize, bro. It's the biggest prize we've seen. So all the marbles on the line here. It looks like we're gonna have a north to south drop right over the top of golds in Imhotep.
Wow.
A couple other objectives coming out along the way.
Another, and one of the drops being gold as well.
I just got pinged for a crash.
Crash.
Okay, thank you, Kaya.
Yeah, Kaya, coming in clutch. There we go. At least this one was a very quick reset, so nothing happened. Gonna wash our hands of it and just wait for the next game and hopefully be able to hop back onto the breach.
All right, good night, guys.
Thank you, Kaya.
Good night, Kaya.
Appreciate you.
All right, so with that crash, probably got to have a reset for Jemmy crashing, unfortunately. So I just got to reset Jemmy, and I think the Legend too crashing as well. So a couple crashes there. No, I just realized I don't think Road Pizza is playing in this tournament.
I was actually talking to Road Pizza. He needed a little breather after they've been going hard. So I think he just needed like a weekend off maybe.
That's fair. Hey.
So I was actually talking to him.
This is not the only tournament. There will be for Supervive. Saturday Night Supervive is a long stretch of games and series that we will have from weekend to weekend. Next Saturday, not this Saturday, but the following one, will be our Tier 2 for NA. So that's going to be really exciting. Tier 1 for EU, and then alternate with Tier 1 for NA, Tier 2 for EU, back and forth. And then every month we'll have one of these big tournaments. So people should be very excited about what we have planned for Supervive. Alrighty, as we do some more ready checks to make sure our teams are ready, the pressure is on. Let's see if we even have points. We do have points. So breaching the triple digits HYD at exactly 100 points. But in second place is not Jan. It is Squaw at 61 with that victory. Jan now in third place at 42. QA a point behind them at 41. And we have quite the chase. Dog 35, LNF 35, Arc 34, SSR 23. Arc, SSR, if they can win this game, they will be in the top. They will make it to the finals. There is pressure for our teams to compete. SVA, a team that we had a lot of expectations here, are struggling in this lobby, and we are seeing how the competition really is starting to gear up. And they need to perform in this one. I feel like even a first place might not necessarily be enough, dependent on if Dog, LNF, Arc are in those top fights as well.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. And like this is cross country, right? So
yes.
we talk about the Storm Shift a lot. It's like for newer teams, newer players, it's almost hard to describe how much cross country changes the final circle dynamics, because especially in like competitive play, like and almost the only way to practice it is in competitive with the cross country going. So like, wait, this is.
Yep. Scav Bay to Academy, Gridlock Gold. 4 teams hot dropping at the grind. Oh, wow, indeed. LNF, Squaw, I saw those 2 teams. We have 2 others that will join them in this fight. One team trying to gain control. Which one will it be? LNF, first one's on the drop. Actually, is it 5 teams that dropped here?
I don't know. I'm like, why am I having a hard time finding these other ones if there's 5 here? Here we go. 3 on the screen right now. It's LNF, Hydras, and Squaw. Actually, 3 of our kind of spiciest teams looking to duke it out here. Nice level 3 with the bonfire cap for LNF. It is going to force Hydras off for one of the first times early. Nice ground coming in for matches. Not going to be enough, though.
As HYD, I thought maybe if any team was... No, they did swap it up. Pentado's playing Nyx in this game. They have guaranteed their ticket into the finals. They will be playing in the Turbo Cup. So why not have a little bit of fun here? Pensado onto Nyx. That Squaw taking that kill onto Pensado. Gonna be nice for them as they want to make sure they cement their spot in second place. They will be going on to the finals. More than likely they will. But LNF, the team that is on the outskirts that needs to make sure they are winning these fights. An early exit will be a death sentence for their hopes for the Turbo Cup. They've already lost Dekron and now Squid, Berkey, the 2 remnants of DLV. They are on the run as LNF are down Dekron.
Yeah, I knew this was going to be quite the battle down here. Squid did get out to the north, so Verkey going to maybe play distract to the south as they look for Rez. Got to be careful, though. SVA just to the north here, getting their first buy. Already level 6. This is the downside, Magical, of those early scraps. Like, you're down levels. You're walking into other teams' biomes where they've already farmed it up. And all of a sudden, LNF, the poverty run begins.
And Flint is hunting for these kills. Looking for Squid, looking for Verkey, but both of them gotta be perfectly safe. As SVA don't want to play over aggressive and then get caught out by a third party. But Archangels beating QA with the pick onto Legend, but they should be able to pick up the Wisp. Bring back up Nyx. A nice reap from Anointed, but that gave up their own life to try to go for it. But now will be picked up and then stomped out, losing the fight. Generic on as well. Atlas on the respawn beacon. You do not have enough time. And QA will make sure you know it, Atlas. Even if you've had heroics in the past, it is early into the game. You're over the abyss, and the shock trap drone tried to lock down, but couldn't put the cage quickly enough onto Archangels, but they are still on the run as a team on the outskirts trying to fight for a place into the finals. It is all on Atlas, all their hopes onto one player. As long as he can survive, Archangels have a chance, but all these recalls, the junk attempted, Atlas gets it on a 44 ducks.
I was waiting for it. I was like, I've seen this man cook in the same exact position. He does it again in the 1v3. Unexpected, yeets forward with the shift, finds the slam. Almost a slam and a spike, by the way, as someone was overheated there. Beautiful from Atlas.
As Dog find a good pick on to the desperate LNF. Squid going to be a target for Dog as they are hunting down some prey, looking to see if they can feast on some calamari. But Squid has the rings and might actually try to look for something similar to what we just saw from Atlas. But you are not a dunk champion. You are playing Carbine, running away from Dog as Arc are gone. Our first team eliminated, and they will not make it into the Turbo Cup.
Dang, dude, I was really rooting for Ark, if I'm being real. I thought, especially after that play from Atlas right there, I was really hoping they were going to get out, find a res.
They had
I think
17
they definitely
kills after 3
Dang,
rounds.
bro.
More
Hats
than
off to
4.
Ark, guys. Showing up big, even though they are not going to be able to make it through.
They had more than 4 teams currently in the top 6 with kills. That's how aggressive.
Yeah, what the heck? Yeah.
And so my heart goes out to them.
Yeah, and it's like you're playing, you know, when you're playing that style, when you're playing aggressively, unafraid for kills, like it just so happens that that can backfire sometimes, and you drop games, have bad placement, and across a 4-game series, that can be such the difference maker. You're sighing, I think, because TGE getting caught as well, same time here. Dog, though, looking very strong all of a sudden these last 2 games.
I gotta say another thank you so much, TGE. They were a last-minute sign-up. They came in clutch to make sure
legends.
we had extra teams. new players to competitive. Everyone show lots of love to this team because
Thank
it
you,
takes
TGE.
a lot of courage to jump into something like this as a new team, new players competitive. It is tough, and they played their hearts out. They got their points on the board, so they did not have the 0. They did not have the goose egg after 4 games, but sadly for them, they will not be moving on as well.
I like what was their full name too?
The Toxic Gaming Esports is what their full name
Toxic Gaming. I like the name too.
Me
It's
too.
a nice look. I hope to see you guys back someday.
Me too.
Squishy finding a knock on Berserker here. Berserker in a rough spot all of a sudden. Last member left for Anon.
And another one of those teams, one of those newer squads that we haven't seen too much of. A nice snipe from Anon. And even though yet a double! What? Anon!
Yo! Berserk staying in it. Beautiful double spike from Anon, keeping the dream alive in the last game here. Really love to see it. So not quite out yet.
They're not quite out yet. Not in our final game. They have another chance at life. I was writing them off. I thought it was over. But sad days for Sad as they lose 2 in that fight against Berserkers.
The power of the spike coming in big. LNF now on a bit of retreat from Jan, who's looking like they finally kind of found their stride here. 3 gold armors ahead of kind of the pacing. Jump pad over the top, looking to engage onto LMF.
And they're chasing this one. They are not stopping. If they can get rid of LNF, that is another contender for the top. But Hydra are here. They have heard the fight. Pensado on Nyx. Might not be Tetra, but Sadie's still on their mainstay. Same with matches. As Vortex Charm goes wide of Jan, but it has sent them sailing over the abyss. While we look at Dog finding more kills, this time onto Sad.
Sorry, I was just like panning around where the X's are. We're going back to this fight. It's HYD continuing to look. SVA showing up now, and LNF is here as well. So we might see a spicy kind of three-way battle. Looks like SVA is going to call this off, seeing they are at level disadvantage. Want to play for the camps on this next turnover. It is Anon making his way finally to the train.
Alrighty, Anon, Berserkers, you ain't done just yet. He's like, get back on your feet, guys. We got games to play. We want to make it to the Turbo Cup. And
what is happening up here?
Win, it will be nice. Sad. Respawn Adianias, and we see QA. They're hunting for it, but with Dog nearby, sent sailing by Jan. Then seeing QA as they are on retreat out of the heart. Sad too. Parkinja has spotted them the entire time. Tries to go for the flame shield, but Jan focus on a QA. Not going to look for the teams up north. Just going to look for the camps, taking the Guardian here.
Yeah, so Jan got sort of asserting dominance now that they do kind of have that tempo advantage. Sad do get the res off. They are going to get those members back from Anon. Berserkers after that train res looking to find a little bit of farm themselves. Definitely some catch up with 2 level 6s. Going to be running into the level 10 squaw here.
Berserkers, it is a rough road for them still. They have not gotten themselves out of the struggle bus just yet. Even if Anon had a great play, 2 level 6s not hitting those 7s. They're missing out on a lot of power for Berserkers. But Dog, they're fighting up against SVA, who've been playing a very passive game. Rowlet is the first casualty in the fight against SVA, with Jan showing up the third party and chase away Jemmy. Parkinja tried to bungee, but it's right into Jan. But Parkinja might be able to sneak away. SBA are split on their attention. Do they fight against Jan, or do they look for the play onto Parkinja? Parkinja's shield doing so much, chilling finale. The ice does not melt. It's going to be Parkinja. It's set nearly out of the air by Jan as he runs right back into SBA. He's still alive. Finally will fall. They ain't out of the game just yet. Sleepy Rowlet back on their feet. Jemmy will bring back Dog in another fight with SBA having to deal with Jan. SBA, everything relies on this game. They have to win if they want to get to the Turbo Cup.
Yeah, it's a huge game for SVA. Like, has to be very close to the W. Supervive here for them. Sad getting pressured by Squaw. They are able to find a kill in return, even up those levels a little bit. Actually, it's exactly even on levels, but armor chipped out for Sad. Definitely need to look for a reset here. And not going to be a ton of space. Sleepy Rowlet with Crown getting chased by LNF just to the south.
And LNF hunting these kills. No Crown glory for Sleepy Rowlet and Dog. Only Jemmy is left. And I'm even not sure where that Krista is. Right there. In fact, we get right over to where she is. Recall. Sad, going to be a little bit late on actually interrupting. I heard a respawn beacon. Not sure who is the one channeling it. Probably Dog, but Berserkers.
Oh
wow,
my goodness,
that
bro.
Nova Orb absolutely annihilates their health bars. Miss Kate hunting Anon, but Anon, can you pull off another miracle? This time against SBA. Overheating, healing up as much as they can. Hopes relying on this carbine. Again, Legend on the train has been pushed off. SBA saying, nah, we need that.
Yeah, nice kind of grab from SVA.
No,
Gonna get their
Jemmy.
member back. Oh no!
Double dash, Flux Snare, Salvo. Jemmy is
Nice.
still alive.
Yeah, both Jemmy and Anon just trying to keep the dream alive for both of their squads. Anon on the second time trying to do it. Did it the first time. Can he do it again? It's the full force of Sad trying to run him down. He's in the water. Has some space if he can make it out to the south, but fighting happening just over to the right here.
There are a lot of teams still left here
Yeah.
this final game. And this is what I'm talking about. The pressure to play. When you have to win or do well in this final game if you want to make it into Turbo Cup. Sad. They've been surrounded by all fronts, and they have no way out of this one, and they are going to join our teams on the bench. Thank you so much, Sad, for playing. Not even just these last 4, but the 4 before that. They played the best they can, but the Sad boys going to be sad about losing, and now LNF having to deal with Hydra Squid, pulled back in by the magnetic vacuum. Got that back into the game, and making sure they can pick up that kill.
Squad definitely scaling a bit since we saw them in match 1 in the first set. Over till now, like putting together some kills, putting together some placement. So 07 of those guys. The chaos continues though.
Chilling
It's
finale.
the chilling finale on the train, finds the stun.
But LNF, they're going to be the victors. They got control of the train.
Wow.
While Miss Gate has been sent soaring, and only Bell is left for SBA. Another team's hopes relied onto one player. LNF get chased down. Verky loses their life, but guess what? They have another chance. LNF are not out of the game because they had the train.
Oh my god. Yeah, and it's just carnage over here in the west. Wait, is this still Anon? It's
just Anon. No!
Still, no. Getting just hunted into Storm by Squad here. Maybe actually nowhere to go this
Nowhere
time.
to go.
Oh.
Well played to Anon. Well played to Berserkers as we lose another team.
GG's, like so many like kind of cool squads showing up, shouting them out here. But you really just love to see new players. The few slot, it's massive, but DTF almost gets deleted. The
Golden-
snipe
Oh!
for the second win.
Jang finding the snipe mirror visual, following it up onto Dylan. Gilroy put down the portal, has gotten Selfie back into the game, but Jan claiming a great win. Portal placed down by Gilroy, trying to snipe some kills onto Jan, or snipe some damage on them at the very least. Well, Dylan could not hop fast enough.
It was such a good read on the dagger. I literally think that was a very intentional snipe on the fadeaway Shiv and able to lock it in for the side of Jang. Our myth kind of legend here switching over to the Zeph, finding the same long range snipes. Wait,
Spicy
no way,
Kimchi in the corner, and nobody has noticed. Too much attention put on to Gilroy. I'm trying to get rid of Squall as LNF brought back the team once again with the help of the train. But Selfie left on the tracks, trying to keep track of where to go in this game. Death Punk's revive going to be attempted.
Actually, such a clutch amphibian online here for Kimchi, just stealthing in the water. Oh no, and Squaw getting, what is that? That's 8th? Uh-oh.
8th. But they had 61 points going into this game.
Okay.
A little bit more of a cushion compared to the rest of the team. Should guarantee them into the finals, while LNF have to battle their way through. But battling their way, they have to do, as SSR have taken down 1. And now the Storm doing a lot of damage.
cross country, bro,
cannot
it's
get in.
cooking.
It's so fast. Sunfish trying to heal back up, but is going to slide to the Storm, while Spicy Kimchi found by Jay.
Oh my
LNF
God.
are gone. SSR are gone. I think it's down to the wire between those two teams on which team will make it on past into our Turbo Cup.
This is what we were talking about, where if you're not ready for the cross-country movement, it can just cook you. So multiple teams forced into the arms of Jan there. They find squad wipes to the right, to the left. 2 more teams down, leaving us at just 5. For the first time, Magical, HYD, 6 kills, not quite running the lobby.
Not
it's
quite.
Jan this time.
It is Jan showing up 7 kills per mirror vigil, and looking at the points after 3 games, I hate to say it, but SSR, the team I created, they played well, they fought hard, but I think only one place higher than that of LNF, and probably about the same amount of kills. Not going to be enough to catch up and take that spot away from LNF. We have our 6 teams guaranteed. 5 of them still alive. LNF the only one out.
Look at this whole QA is just like eyeing the lone Jemmy, like just waiting to pounce. They do pounce. Jemmy not really standing a chance. They're trying to reconnect with squad. It looked like double recalls like got canceled. I'm not sure why they were not able to get back to Dog here. Maybe Dog a little confused themselves. Are gonna have to play for a res now.
And crown, I can see there is a crown they could go for. There's the train as well, a slow moving train, a lot easier to hop aboard and get that respawn beacon off. Wonder if they're going to opt for that. Not even going to attempt it because Jan, HYD, down south, the train about to pass them by. Nobody going to be tagged by the train. Nobody will fall just yet. And that fight, Despy even tagged by the second win. Not enough damage. Jang targeted by Pensado, but just didn't have the follow-up. And Jan resetting the fight, trying to re-heal, get their armor repaired. And with that E-plat, they can jump back into the circle.
Yeah, and HYD slowly but surely kind of finding their normal advantage here. They do have that Songbow on Pensato, who did give up the Tetra for the Knicks here. Gonna have a bit of fun, like you mentioned, being super ahead on the scoreboard. Guaranteed to move on. Gonna give it a little bit of a look with the new Hunter, and Arden Songbow probably gonna be exceptionally strong on her, as it is on most Hunters with a good primary.
Yeah, so it's fun to watch a lot of these players playing next. And TLD be one of them. Phenom looking really good on it
Phenom was
earlier.
looking good.
And it's always interesting to see because we didn't see that at all in EU. Only seeing that in Game 4 after teams guaranteed their spot and knowing they're going to go on into the finals.
Yeah, and Jan and HYD kind of both looking at each other, being like, maybe we come back to this when we're the last 2 left. HYD peels out to the north here, trying to find stragglers. They know Crown's over to the right. It is Dog with 2, but they very much know there are 2 other squads lurking. So it looks like Jan is going to spot out QA on this ledge. Same time, HYD spots out SVA. Both these teams at big level disadvantage, but not with each other. They're about to get pinched into each other by these Hunters.
SVA, the only team alive that have to win in order to move on. They can't snatch away that placement from LNF. But they have to win, and already losing 1 player in this fight. The cross-country storm gonna keep pushing them back towards Jan. Bell, Miss Kate, the last one's left. Flint gone already down, and we see that Dog are down to only Park Ninja as well. Oh no, they have
Sleepy is ahead on the trek here, but a bit of a tricky situation as they are split with this next shift moving us way up to the left. If Rowlett can kind of stay ahead of it. Oh, they are able to proc their crown. So back at full force. If they're able to get a recall to Rowlett here, that would be the play. It looks like they are going to go for it.
Reset in the outpost. Can even use that outpost to forge some armor back for themselves. So Jemmy not going to be quite as bad off. But I'm still staring at SVA because that is where it is the most important. If they win, they steal away the spot from LNF. But there's still 4 other squads they have to deal with, and they don't have Flint.
Yeah, and like all eyes on SVA here. 1 member of QA getting caught. It's 44 Ducks sniped by Hydras there. Now they're going to be looking for a res of their own. Crown picked up by Wubby. Dog kind of has a nice position in this next shift ahead of things. Probably going to try to play up to the north side here, not wanting to get pinched by Scary now. All of a sudden, Magical Jan on the left, Hydras on the right.
This Dog are sandwiched in a bad spot, and they do not want any of that one. They're trying to slowly push their way back as a crown has been picked up by Wubby Bay. This gives a moment of time for SVA to get back into the circle. Full fight in the outpost. A lot of damage dealt to the Legend. And now QA push into the storm. With 1 more team gone, higher chances for SVA now with 4 teams left.
Nice try for QA there. Are going to get caught in the end. We saw a couple good moments from QA, but a lot of times like trying to recover from behind, we didn't see them ever kind of get like a really strong start and be able to play from ahead. But not a bad placement here in 5th. Down to 4 left. Beautiful grab by Despy. Gonna delete matches. All of a sudden, Hydra's on the back foot.
Yeah, down a player again. Feels like this keeps happening to them where they got to look for a crown, but An emergency penguin from SVA giving them a platform as they too are looking for that crown. But where in the world can they find one? I'm looking on the map right now, and I see nothing for any of these teams to utilize.
Yeah, very slim pickings. We are working our way towards heart, actually. There could be a heart res angle with this next shift. It's taking us way over there. We'll see how long we stay there.
It will take us a bit as it is calm and collected for some of these teams. Jan, HYD, feeling very confident. Dog, winning this game, it'll guarantee them in the top 6. They are more than likely. Actually, they are going to be in the top 6. While HYD and Jan trade blow for blow, but HYD, despite being down a player, able to stand up pretty strong. Nice Vortex Charm, and that's the time to pounce for Jan, knowing that that is when they're the weakest. City, the last one left for Hydra, back onto their island. But this time around, Jan are not going to stop as they get rid of one more team. SBA, your hopes are now on to Jan and Dog. You've got to get your team back up to full and somehow beat both.
Yeah, Jan kind of taking the prime spot as the leaders of the lobby here over Hydras for, I think, the first time over the set. And oh, nice slam from Rowlet.
SVA, do they try to intervene knowing there's a full fight? Dog getting a little bit beaten up for it while this exotic armor is coming in clutch for Jan to allow them to reset. Now SBA, they're too quick on the play. Dog hadn't gotten enough onto Jan. Now they have to reset, but the Storm quickly pushing him back. Dog kept away from the team, regrouping. Mark Ninja is going to be the casualty, but it will be traded it for Mirror Vigil as long as they can stop the Wisp. But the pull, trying to drag him away from Mirror Vigil. All the while, Sleepy Rowlet trying to heal back up. Jemmy trying to stand in front of him. Mirror Vigil has been brought back by Jan. Jang has gotten the kill, and Jemmy taking out SPA. If they beat Jan somehow, they will make sure they are into the Turbo Cup, but it is down to the wire. Flint is back into the game again, but he dodges away. Nice surge out of there, but here's Jan. They can stop SBA's hopes. They can crush their dreams, but the aristocracy has to win. A pull from Despy, dragging in SBA, chilling Finale, trying to root them, but they can't save Miss Kate, losing their bunny, their one salvation. Frozen Barricade trying to push them away, but they've been pushed into the storm and the thunder crashing around them. Jan deny SBA their chance at the Turbo Cup.
Huge finish from Jan there. SVA almost making the miracle happen. Like, such an uphill battle. It's level 10s and 11s versus like double red armor, double exotic perk, level 15 Jan in the 3v3. Like, not a bad fight at all. The Despy grab, though, very hard to recover from once it's locked in. So SVA gonna be right on the line here, like you say, Magical. Is it for sure? We still have no idea where that cutoff's going to be at 6.
So, I hate to say it, SVA, though, I don't think it's going to be enough. They were at 14 points going into the final game. LNF, the team they needed to beat, were at 35. Dog, they too were at 35 points, but they were surviving for a while. Top 3 will guarantee them a top 6 finish. It is down to SVA or LNF. And LNF still got, I think, a 6th place finish in that game with some decent kills. So they could manage to barely squeeze by and get into Turbo Cup. But it will be on the points. We are waiting for our stats magician to get those all locked and ready for us so we can bring the stats, and we're going to
the stats magician Olario.
Yeah.
I love the we're getting like it's really cool to see the support. Like, I know a couple people like Afro stepping in to start to help out with that kind of stuff on the production side of things. But like, shout out to everyone behind the scenes, like making, not only today happen, but the big event tomorrow. Like, it's a massive endeavor to try to organize stuff of this caliber, and like, I'm just constantly impressed by the amount of people and passion that show up day in, day out to like run these things, especially like behind the scenes. Is just like so clutch. So thank you guys.
All right, so Alario's got it. All right, I'm gonna open it up. We're gonna have our drum roll in a second once I have it all ready, so we can tell you what each team did. So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Drum roll. In 12th place, it will be at TGE. They managed 4 points. Again, shout outs to them.
Hey,
New
on the
team
board, baby.
on the board, and I hope to see them more in the future. They stepped up. They played their hearts out. Same with BZK Berserkers. They tried their best. 11th place with 11 points. 10th place, Sad at 18 points. Another one. Huge shout outs to them. Same along with SSR, the team I put together to hold on, but now this is why I haven't I haven't swapped the screen back yet, because I didn't want to spoil it, because unfortunately we do know our top 6, and SVA did not get it. 35 points only puts them at 8th place, right behind that of Archangels at 37. A victory there doesn't even claim them the win either, because that's only 5 extra points from the second place they got. Plus the 3, it possibly could tie them with LNF at best. But unfortunately,
that would have been crazy if they because it would have been 3 kills plus the first.
Yeah,
that would have put them right at 43.
That actually would have tied them, and that would pass them, because then tiebreakers go down to win. So they would have actually.
Oh my god!
So they did
SVA did have it in sights there. That's actually insane. So
and it's
close.
Tragic for them too, because that is all it would have. That's the difference, is winning that last game on whether or not they go to Turbo Cup or not. Unfortunately for them, they are not going to join our 6 teams that will make it into Turbo Cup, playing in Saturday Night Supervive tomorrow night. LNF at 6th place with 43. QA 5th place at 53. Dog right ahead of them at 54. Squall 3rd place with 74. Jan managing a 2nd place with that win at 83. And of course, Hydra, 2 wins, 118 points, the top of the charts for qualifiers. So, as we wrap up our day here, is there anything you'd like to say before we wrap up the stream and start to find someone to raid?
Dude, just huge shout out to all the players, man. Always, like, you guys are gaming. It's so fun to watch. It's just beautiful chaos. I always have such a good time getting to, just enjoy the madness. And so, I think this is the beginning of something really special here with Saturday Night Supervive. They're going to be this consistent event that's going to be going every single weekend for the foreseeable future. And huge shout out not only to everyone that qualified and made it in, who we're going to see play tomorrow, but all the teams, especially the new teams, like you had to mention, Magical, showing up, filling out the lobby, being here to just participate and make this happen. So huge shout out all the players, huge shout out to everyone behind the scenes on our side making it happen as well. And final shout out to all the viewers showing up to support this game and this community. We love you guys. GG's, W Supervive, and we'll see you for the very first Saturday Night Supervive Turbo Cup tomorrow. Let's go.
That's right, tomorrow. Thank you, everybody, for joining, and thank you for everyone who played. We'll see you on the breach. Goodbye, everybody.